This is Casper de Nora, and you're watching the Chat with Chaps live show.
Good evening and welcome to the Chat with Chaps live show. I'm your host, Joe Zampa, and today I'm joined with three fantastic co-hosts. First of all, Disco Steve. How you doing, Disco?
I'm really good, Joe. Thank you. Very exciting times to be a Millwall fan, and particularly on this channel. If there's never been a better time to like and subscribe this podcast, so please like and subscribe away, listeners.
Absolutely. Took the words out of my mouth there, Disco. So, guys, if you haven't liked or subscribed to the show, more importantly, please do so now. Everything we do for this channel goes to Cancer Research UK. We don't take any money. All the money goes to Cancer Research UK. And you can do your bit just by clicking the like button and subscribing to our channel and helping with the algorithm. So, Disco, lots to talk about later. We'll come back to you very, very shortly. Next to you is the one and only Sicilian godfather, Angelo Miliotto. How you doing, Angelo?
Very good, Joe. Very good. Happy times. Good to be talking about Millwall.
Absolutely. Yeah. How's your day been today, Angelo?
It's been interesting, Joe. It's been very interesting.
Enlighten the audience, enlighten our listeners. What should they be like, Angelo?
I'm just going to say spaghetti.
We'll come back to you in a second. We'll come back to you. And above yourself, the one and only, the guy who's a great sport. He lost his bet on Saturday, and true to his word, he's changed the handle on his title there. The one and only Stato Stephen. How you doing, Stato?
I've never been happier to lose a bet, to be honest with you. Fantastic to have lost it, which obviously resulted in Millwall winning. But I'm very good, Joe. I'm very good and looking forward to this. I'm on a shorter burst. I'm doing a Chris Chapman this week, so part-time role for me this week.
Part-time role, exactly, just like Chris would do normally. But listen, we're going to go to the chat as always, guys. Before we say hello to the chat, guys, if you're listening, you've got any questions for us, please stick them in there. We will do a Q&A at the end. What I find is easier, rather keep stopping and answer questions as we go along. We'll try to save it to the end. And if you're still with us right at the end, at the 90-minute mark, we will answer those questions for you. But first of all, let's see who's first through the door. Is Terry. Good evening, Terry. How are you, mate? Hope you're good. Hello, Cole. I hope you're good, mate. Wall Lion, evening, everyone. Billy Smith. How are you, Billy? Hope you're well, mate. Hope the sun's shining up in Liverpool as it is down south at the moment. Jeff, friend of the show. How are you, Jeff? Hope you're well, mate. And oh my God, the one and only John MFC. John, £10 donation. So kind of you, mate. Honestly, I know you do it every week, and it really is appreciated. So thank you so much for your kind donation, John. Thanks for that, mate. I hope you're good. Hope you're well. Connor, good to see you. And Jeff Cook, Disco's mate. And, I always say Disco's mate. He's all our mates. How are you, mate? Are you all right, Jeff? And P.S. Yay, Stephen. No, it's Yay, Stato Stephen. P.S. Chris Brown. Hey, evening, Chris Brown. How are you, mate? Good to join us. I was worried about you, Chris. I'm glad you're here, mate. Hope you're good. Andrew, evening all. Hope you're well. Lee, good evening. Good to see you. Hope we get 19 at home. Yeah, evening, mate. Colin, good to see you, mate. Leslie, good to see you. Hughesy, hope you're well, mate. Hope things are going good your end. The Danish Destroyers in the house. Jesper, how are you, Jesper? How's the old bottle feeding going? Nappy changing, mate. Hope you're surviving, mate. Not struggling too much. Dave W, good to see you. Hambo, how are you, mate? Good to see you. Oi, Scott. Hope you're good, mate. Paul, good to see you. Mick Mason, how are you, Mick? Good to see you on Saturday, mate. Good to see you as always. Mark Murphy, good to have you on board. Benji, good to see you. Alex S, bang on time. I keep saying that. I've been saying it for the next 2 years, Alex. Well done, mate. Cole, good to see you. Cole Carl Bates. Sorry, I thought it was just random. Carl Bates, evening boys from Carl Bates. Looking forward to the show. Carl, mate, we've got to get you on here, and great to listen to you back on the old commentary again, mate. So, yeah, good to have you back. We will get you back on the show very, very soon. I know the listeners really want that to happen. The Awful Gambler, hope you're well, mate. I'm at Cheltenham versus Exeter. Wish I could listen live. Hopefully you can watch this back tomorrow. It will go on Spotify as well and YouTube, mate. So hopefully you'll watch it back. Good to have Angelo back. Absolutely. He's just come back from a contract killing. So you can see in his face, he's a little bit exhausted, sadly. Born free, die free. Hope you're well. Good to see you. Craig Jones, how are you, mate? One shout out to the Cringe Newport fan looking for Bubbles lyrics on his phone. Embarrassing. I don't know what that's about. I'm sure we'll find out soon. Andrew Cahill, good to see you. Danny, good to see you. All for Gav. A busy one tonight. Got it. We're all in. Love Anjo. Shame he didn't make it to Cardiff. Newport, maybe.
I think I know who that is.
That's your mate, isn't it? Yeah.
I think it's Dan. Dan, is that you, Dan?
Stick it in there. Mike, good to see you, mate. Good to have you on. Alex says, when Joe Bryce fit again, other than through injury, how does he get back in? Again, we will flag that one up. We'll try and answer that one later. Discussion. Mark and John, there you go. Boom. Bloody hell. I tell you what, get those 6 months, I'm going to have an oxygen mask getting through that bit. We're up to 121 of you through the door at the moment. Incredible. So, guys, lots to talk about today. If you've got any questions, let's try and fire them in order to give you an idea what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about Norwich Millwall, of course, to start off. We will go talk about transfers and loans news for you. We're also going to talk about the Carabao Cup, of course, yesterday's game against Newport. We're also going to discuss Charlton away tickets. I don't know if you've got your tickets yet. Obviously, the allocation's been out and tickets are selling very, very quickly. We're also going to talk about, of course, the Middlesbrough game at home this Saturday as well. So, guys, in that order, get your questions. And if you do have any, we'll try to answer as we go along. So, first of all, we're going to start with yourself, Disco. What did you make of the game against? We're going to go back to Saturday now. So Norwich City, Carrow Road, 2-1 win, the first win in 57 years since 1968. Goals from Camille Negley, Josh Sargent scored for them on 68. Macaulay Lansdowne gets the winner, and we go and win the game 2-1. What was your thoughts on that? Disco. As you can tell, guys, he's in complete shock by that win, and the face just says it all. Disco, are you with us, Disco? Are you there?
Oh, he's
I
muted.
can't hear you, Disco. I tell you what, Disco, we'll come back to you. We can't hear you, mate. Maybe it's your microphone. We're going to go to Angelo next. Angelo, you were with me on Saturday. We went to watch the game together. What did you make of our game and the performance of all the players, of course?
Well, can I just say quickly, mate, I hope I'm not getting carried away, right? But after last night, do you think we're going to do the double, mate? Do you think we're going to do the league?
It's not Manzies. We're going to do a double, are we? We're all in pie mesh, are we?
Mate? We're going to win the league and win the cup, mate. That's, you know,
I'll tell you what, it's achievable, isn't it? It's definitely realistic.
You know something, mate? I know we've only seen one game and some cup games, but I don't feel there's an outstanding team. Like, there's not a Burnley or a Leeds, do you know what I mean, this season? So, yeah, who knows? But anyway, let's go back. Norwich. We want to talk about Norwich, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, great. Well, the first half was a little bit ooh-ah. The atmosphere was unbelievable down there. The first, the first 25, 30 minutes, we were struggling to get into the game, but come second half, I thought we was in total control, mate. And that was one of the best second half away days that I've had in a long, long time, mate. It was super. And I had a guy sitting behind me who was at the game in 1968.
Wow.
I was talking to a guy who was at that game. So
unbelievable.
Yeah. We also met Barry Kitchener's family. They were as well, which was really.
Who was it? One of you guys thought that the family were the Big Bender's family, but they weren't, were they? They're actually Barry Kitchener's family.
Kitchener's. Yeah.
Why we thought of Big Bender?
Because I think Barry Kitchener, when he retired, he retired in East Anglia. So I think they live around the Norwich area.
Right. That might explain it.
But Yeah, lovely people. But yeah, I thought it was a fantastic performance against Norwich, mate. My standouts were Billy Mitchell and Kramer. I thought them two were just out of this world. And the Doughty ball to Langstaff was literally just Premiership quality, wasn't it? Just absolute Premiership quality. And I don't know why, but when Langstaff went through, I just felt so confident that he was going to put it away. I don't know why, mate, but
Great finish.
Brilliant finish. And and Kramer, he was loving. Kramer was loving being right next to the Millwall fans, wasn't he?
Yeah, he celebrated, didn't he?
Yeah, he's constantly cheering us and telling us to keep singing, and it was fantastic, mate, brilliant. And it's super to beat them bastards, mate, because Norwich have just always been one of them teams, haven't they, mate? So it was a bogey team, especially at their gaff. Yeah, great day, great performance. I think we played them at the right time because they've got a lot of new players. They haven't gelled. In hindsight, we probably played them at a good time. But I heard a couple of Norwich fans saying that they were surprised how fit and strong that Millwall were. And I really do. I'm really seeing that this season, mate. I feel like we're really, really fit. You know, he's done a great job in pre-season. I know that he had them doing lots of running, so it looks like it's paying dividends, mate. But yeah, fantastic day, fantastic result, fantastic start to the season, mate. Brilliant.
Absolutely. Cheers for that, Angela. And we will find out how your day was today. We'll come back to you on that one. Above yourself is the one and only Stato Stevens. Stato, before we come to you, I want to answer Lee's question. That's why I left it up on the screen there. We will be covering the cup draw later in about 10 minutes or so. So don't worry. We will come back to you on that. And cheers for the reminder there, Lee. Stato, what did you make of our performance? And what did you make of Macaulay Langstaff's performance and his goal?
Well, firstly, I had a great day. I travelled to and from the game with a Norwich fan, as most of you know, and most of the listeners know. One of my good friends, Tom, is a Norwich fan, and it was finally my time. So it was wonderful travelling back after the game.
It's not often you can say that, isn't it?
No, it's not. I've had some stinkers going there with him, so that was quite nice. First off, we didn't play to our strengths, really. We didn't play to the front two strengths. We didn't really get our wingers in the game until quite late on in the half. And I think at half time, Alex Neil probably just said to the guys, look, do what you want to do. Don't do what they want you to do. Like we just didn't get it right. Second half, consistently getting balls out wide. I thought Femi Aziz, I know the sitter he missed was a bit of a shocker, but I thought he ran his socks off, and a proper winger. Tristan Kramer on the other side, obviously from fullback. And we put crosses into the box. That's what Coburn and Ivanovic want. They want the ball in the box. They want to be attacking it. They want to thrive off of chances. They're not going to score goals if we, knocking it over the top for them maybe to run onto. We want bodies in the box, get crosses in. And as soon as we started to do that, it was no coincidence that we obviously took the lead. And in regards to Macaulay Langstaff, I said to my mate, you've possibly let one of the worst strikers in the division from last season score a goal. Probably harsh on Langstaff because his effort and commitment can't really be questioned, but his goal scoring record at this level, obviously from last year, was very, very poor. And he didn't look like a man that was short of confidence, though. And when he ran through on goal, I must admit, Ivanovic was up alongside him, and I just thought, please just square the ball, just square it and give it to someone else. But he took the goal fantastically well. I tweeted myself. I'm sure the guys would agree. I'm really pleased for him. I think we all want it to work out for him. We all want him to come good. We just didn't really see signs of it. But Saturday was the first time where one chance, one goal, and it's 3 points and got us off to the perfect start. So really, really pleased for him. But overall, Angelo said there, Billy Mitchell was absolutely superb. I give credit where it's due, and sometimes criticize players as well. Billy's not always been one that I thought would be perhaps playing as much game time moving forward. Thought he was superb, absolutely brilliant. Has to play on Saturday. Tristan Kramer, again, Alfie Doughty, which I'll come back to. That both of those, I've got a couple of bits to talk about on those a bit later. But very, very good, and 3 points on the board. You can't really ask for much more than that.
Brilliant. Cheers to that, Stato. And I'm sure you've got some stats for us later in this show before you shoot off. You've got to shoot off about 7:45. Is that right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I have, unfortunately.
We'll come to you as soon as we can. Then hopefully we'll try and do that after the the draw is announced. And back to Disco Steve. Disco Steve, can you hear us, Disco? No, Disco still can't hear us. Okay.
Is he frozen?
So,
yeah,
I
he's
don't
frozen,
know.
mate.
Are you there, Disco? You can imagine all the swear words coming out of his mouth at the moment, can't you? You can't hear it, but he's going fucking this and fucking that.
He's going to reboot.
He's rebooting.
You're going to reboot it and come off. He's saying he's going to be
Put
senile.
10p in the meter, Steve. Put 10p in the meter, mate.
He says he's going senile. He's going. Disco. Yes, you're going senile. I know. We'll see it. We'll see it in a bit. We'll see it in a minute. We'll see it in a minute. Just to end it off, just back to yourself again, Angelo. Sorry, mate. Norwich had 63% possession. There you go, Stato. I've got one there for you. 63% possession, but we had more shots on target than they did. I think we had 5 against their 4. What do you make of the way we're set up? I mean, Alex Neil seemed quite bullish going with a 4-4-2 away to Norwich. Whenever have we sort of taken it to a team away from home, especially someone like Norwich, to go out there, two up front, go attacking on the front foot and go for it? I mean, it's an interesting way of setting up, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think he's instilled like a complete winning mentality, like for every single game. Like I remember when Rowett took over Millwall, he said that we were always concentrating on looking down the wrong end of the table. We need to concentrate on the upper bit. Yeah, which I totally agree with. And now I feel that even in the friendlies over pre-season, Alex Neil was, we have to win every fucking game. We have to win every game. And that winning mentality, I feel it. I can feel it in the players. And let's be honest about it, mate. Yes, they had the better 25, 30 minutes, Norwich, but they didn't threaten our goal, did they at all? No. It's a freak goal. Yes, it is a bit of a mistake, but how many times does that rebound go back into the goal? Very, very, very unlucky.
No, exactly.
And even later on in the game, there was that one chance where Cooper done like a karate kick, and then the ball lands on the 6-yard line, and then Bender makes a good save with his chest. They had one shot from a free kick. I don't recall anything else, mate.
It's got all half chances. Absolutely.
I wouldn't even call them half chances, mate. Whereas we, I felt that that Aziz miss was horrific, mate. That affected me.
It did. I had to get a brown paper bag, didn't I, and get some some air into you. You had a bit of a panic attack there.
Yeah, it was harder to miss, wasn't it? It was like weird.
It seemed that way, but it was only again. It's only. I say he's weaker foot. They should have a weaker foot. They get paid how much amount of money, but as a predominantly left-sided footballer, left-footed footballer, it's always harder to use that right foot for most of them. But given the benefit of the doubt, Disco, can you hear us? No, we can't hear. Take the headphones off, Disco. Can you unplug the headphones? Take the headphones out. You're on mute. You're on mute now. Disco, you're on mute. Let me see if I can take you off mute. Hello? Can't hear.
Can't hear you, mate.
No. Unfortunately, I can't hear Disco, sadly. Disco, keep trying, mate. Hopefully you'll get back to us by the end of the show. But there you go. Look, never mind. And look, just to wrap things up, we want to move forward now, because we talked about Norwich for quite some time there. But it's the first win we've had, first game at home since 2018, apparently. Another stat there for you, Stat. I'm not doing your job here today, Stato. Hey,
I'm being made redundant.
It's the first win on the first game of the season since 2018. We often draw games, but we never got a win, 3 points on the first game of the season. So there you go. There's a stat for you. Before we talk about the transfer and loan news, hopefully Disco will be able to work out his microphone. Stats, I want to come to you next with some stats. You've got an interesting stat for us regarding our fullbacks, our players, haven't you?
Yeah. So on Saturday, it was quite obvious that, and I was talking about this on other shows, that we're going to be reliant on our fullbacks in the Alex Neil system. Aziz is an out-and-out winger. Camille Negley tends to cut in. Bangura Williams will cut in. So Tristan Crammer on the right and Alfie Doughty, they're going to have to get forward. They're going to have to create chances. They're going to have to be involved in all the good things that we do. And it got me thinking. They've got 2 assists on Saturday. There's Crammer for Camille Negley and Doherty for Macaulay Langstaff. So they're on 2 already. Last season, in the whole of the season, players that played at fullback got us 4 assists. The season before, so 23-24, the players that would have played at fullback got us 6 assists. The season before, 7, and then prior to that, it was 11. Scott Malone had a couple of good years when he was with us, who was a very, very attacking fullback. So what I'm saying is that we've seen in the first game the importance that Alex Neil trusts Tristan Crammer and Alfie Doughty to be key parts of this side. I think Alex asked earlier about would Joe Bryan get back in the team. Joe Bryan has only provided 1 assist last year. Alex, that's not good enough for Alex Neil. He may have played really, really well under him, and he did play really, really well. But Alex Neil wants numbers from those players. We've seen 1 from either side, and obviously we've got our prediction game. Lots of people have picked Alfie Doughty as perhaps the player to get the most assists this season. But watch out for Tristan Crammer, because he is rapidly improving, and I think it's just important to show that we've got half of the assists already from our fullbacks than we got in the entire season last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stephen, do you think that teams will suss that out soon, though, and try and counteract that? Can they counteract it?
They possibly will. Down the left-hand side, I think it would be a lot harder to counter it, because Doughty and Aziz both try to get crosses in. They go down the touchline. Down the right-hand side, Tristan Crammer could potentially be found out a little bit, because if Negley cuts inside and Crammer's maybe 2-on-1 with a winger and a fullback, we might have a little bit of a problem, and it might be something that we have to look at. But in terms of, I mean, we saw it last year. Crammer had acres of space down the right hand side countless times towards the back end. So no one's picked up on it yet, and it's really difficult, because if Negley goes inside, he's got his left foot, and he's going to be looking for that top corner. So the fullback's going to have to make a decision: do I go with him, or do we carry on marking the rampaging Crammer? But I just think it's really important to show that that Alex Neil has not only has he rectified the scoring goals in pre-season, he's rectified how we create chances and how we're going to score goals in this team. It's not just going to be set piece FC, as I saw on Twitter. We're going to be creating chances from all over the pitch.
Yeah, sorry, I'm listening to you. I listen to Angelo, but I'm also looking at the comments coming through. Disco, everyone's giving him technical advice at the moment. It's like they're from help desk in Mumbai at the moment, trying to give him the instructions. Even Kyle's on there, tend to go to settings and check audio inputs, and it's like a little silent disco at the moment, isn't it? Disco. Yeah.
Before we went live, we could hear him, couldn't we? Before we went live.
We could. So I'm not quite sure what happened there. I think he needs to invest in a new pair of headphones, if I'm honest with you. That's probably what he needs to do, doesn't he? Well, that means he's got to come back again. Right, okay. So, guys, apologies. I apologise on behalf of Disco Steve there. He'll get complete full blame for this, not ourselves. But look, move forward. A great start to our campaign. Great performance. I must say, I had a great day. I stayed over at Norwich with Chris as well, and great nightlife. I was surprised. I don't know what it was. I thought Norwich was like full of inbred people with dirty sort of charity shops everywhere and run down fish and chip shops with dodgy little Chinese in the corner. But actually, there was loads of nice bars and little clubs there, and it looked really kind of upmarket. Like the people quite friendly as well. Absolutely loved it. Really had a really, really good time. Met a load of Millwall fans there as well, which is really nice. Everyone sort of coming over and saying hello and how much they like the channel, stuff like that, which is really nice to hear. So thanks for all those conversations. If you're on the show watching now or watching it back, you know who you are. Thanks for coming over and say hello. Really enjoy meeting you guys. And it's just a really, really good day. Just all round day. I really enjoyed it. Really had a great time. So hopefully a start of things to come. Let's hope we carry on this good run.
Joe, can I just interrupt? We have been drawn. That we've been pulled out of the hat
already
in the Carabao Cup draw. Yes, we have been drawn at home to Coventry.
Oh my
It's at
God.
home to Coventry City.
God.
What a
Well, at least
load of shit that is.
At least we're at home to Coventry. I've got the old Sky News thing up. It's not actually on Sky News at the moment, so not quite sure what's happened
That
there.
is such a shit draw, mate.
That is a bit shocking.
It's a bit disappointing. The only good thing is that it's an easy way to get 10 points on your season ticket for future games down the line. That's the only good thing about it.
Good point. That's a good point there, because I'm sure a lot of us will go to that one as well, wouldn't we? You know. So
At least
there you go.
I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. Hi, Lewis. Hope you all, mate. Good to join us. Yeah, so there you go, guys. If you haven't heard it already, we've got Coventry at home in the next round of the Carabao Cup. Quick question to you guys: do we play a full strength team in that one against Coventry, or do we play the youngsters and go with what we went with against Newport? In your opinion, what's your thoughts on that?
I think I'm going to disagree with Stephen. Go on, Stephen. You go first.
I'm gonna say I wouldn't be too disappointed to put out a similar team like last night. The only thing I would say is that I believe the fixtures are on the 25th or the 26th, which is in 2 weeks' time. So you're looking at potential players coming in and out of the club. So it does depend on maybe, obviously Alfie Massey has gone, which I'm sure we'll touch on. He's gone. Other players might follow suit, but we might bring players in. But I wouldn't be risking. I wouldn't be playing the first team at all. But maybe you might have to give Coventry a little bit more respect. No disrespect to Newport, but that we are two divisions above them. We probably should be winning the game. So maybe it won't be a case of 9 changes from whatever league fixture we play. I think Sheffield United, but I certainly wouldn't be playing a full strength team personally.
There you go. So, guys, Coventry at home in the second round of the Carabao Cup. If you just tuned in, and as Stato says, a good opportunity to earn extra 10 points on your loyalty points for future games. Talk about loyalty points. What do you guys make of the tickets away to Charlton at the moment? Have you got your tickets yet?
Yes.
No, I don't.
You've got yours, Stato. Yeah. What about you, Angelo?
Yeah, no, because I didn't do many away games last season, which I am going to do this season. But there was just no way that I'd get enough points to get a ticket. So.
Question to you both, and I'm hoping you both have different answers and opinions on this. But what do you make of the old point system, loyalty point system? Is it fair, in your opinion, for those that want to watch the game?
I think so, mate. I think so. It would be criminal if all the season ticket holders didn't get first refusal. I don't think that would be fair. I don't, what other way can you do it? I think it is fair. Yeah.
Stato, about yourself?
Look, I know a fella who sits up near me, John. I'm pretty sure a couple of people who listen to this would know who he is. He's been, Mill fan for sort of 40 years. He hasn't missed a game in 16 years. And that's cup, league, friendly, you name it, he's there. And if he didn't get a ticket to a game like that because they went on sort of a bundle and everyone could jump on, then I don't think that would necessarily be fair. I do potentially think that there could be, and again, we've all done this. There's people that bought a Newport ticket last night that clearly didn't go to the game. They clearly it was to get the 10 points. That's fine. I don't really have an issue with that. But I do think that that's something that they might clamp down on. They posted 970 travelling to Newport last night. What was it, about 250, 260 that actually went to the game, but by all accounts. So that could be something to look at. But I was there a few years ago. I've said this story a few times. I missed out on a Gillingham ticket away from home. I couldn't get in before the point system on the last day of the season, and I thought as soon as they brought that in, I vowed never to miss a game if I can help it. I was fortunate enough to have the points to get a Charlton ticket, but
it is what it is. It says on the tin. It's loyalty points. It's for to reward you for your loyalty. Disco, you with us?
I'm here. Can you hear me? That's unbelievable.
Yeah. Now, that only negative is there's a little bit of distortion coming from your end, so Disco. So what we'll do, that's right, we'll put you on mute, and then when you talk, then you come on. Is that right?
Try the earphones.
No, don't try the earphones. No, don't try any more earphones. Disco. No. Disco.
Go back to how you were. You was fine, mate.
Put the earphones in a bin. We've lost you.
No.
Oh, you fucked it up, Joe.
Come on here. Disco.
You've gone again.
You're on mute.
Oh,
Disco.
God,
Are you there?
How's that?
Yeah, there you go. Disco.
Right, I'm going to not touch anything. Right.
Don't touch anything. Listen, what's your thoughts on the Norwich game before we move on? We've been kind of holding out for you to get back on. I want to get your thoughts on the Norwich game. Go on.
Sorry. Yeah, look, I heard the guys. I echo everything you've said. Couple of things for me is, look, Chris, as we know, is certainly supporting Kramer this year as he's going to be our player of the season. And having watched him Saturday, very, very difficult to argue with that in terms of what a display from him. And even the commentary, I wasn't lucky enough like you guys to be there, but the commentary on Sky were waxing lyrical about him. They were actually stunned. I think it was an ex-pro who played for Norwich, can't think of his name. But he was consistently saying, I cannot believe this guy is a centre half.
Was it Holt? Holt? I think it's
No, I won't grant Holt. It was I'm not sure if it's a Welsh guy, actually. But anyway, look, doesn't matter. He was waxing lyrical about him. And understandably, he was bloody excellent, wasn't he? And he just... He's a joy to watch, isn't he? As a player, he's an absolute joy to watch. But what I would say, Chris is in the Kramer corner. I'm going to go in the Doherty corner for me. Didn't have as good a game as Kramer on Saturday, but I think through the course of the season, as per that ball through to Langstaff at the end, he is just top notch. And we said last week, John, he even looks, when he takes a throw in, he even looks quality. And he does. He oozes quality, Doherty. I think he might go more. Somebody asked what will happen when people come back from injury,
like Joe Bryan, for example.
But I think they're thinking of playing Doughty more forward, which Jesus.
Here's a question for you guys, and also guys in the chat, just put in there as well. Everyone keeps talking about Joe Bryan coming back in and possibly Doughty playing left wing and moving Aziz on the right or whatever. Why can't we just keep Doughty playing left back? That left side's so strong with Aziz and Doughty. Who do you pick at the moment? If Joe Bryan's fit, who do you have at left back? Joe Bryan or Doughty? Put it in the chat. I'll get your guys' opinion as well very quickly.
Good question, Joe. Yeah, really good question.
What would you pick, Disco?
So Doughty at the minute on form and on, as you say, because if you're going to put Doughty more attacking, well, who are you going to drop, Aziz or Negley? No way at the minute. Those two are only going to get better and better. So that for me, Doughty, he's my new bromance. I really love him and think he's just going to get better and better. Talking of throw-ins, that's something Kramer does need to get a grip of. He's got a funny expression and he's going to get done. He's going to get done for it.
There's a few times, isn't there?
They appealed a few times Saturday and nothing happened. But he's got a little flick at the end where he pushes it. So
I know.
I thought both fullbacks. I thought the whole team were brilliant. Not going to go into that. I think the theory on Billy Mitchell, who for me was man of the match, he was everywhere. His work rate, tenacity, his quality of passing. People have said, and they're right, he's now pushing the ball forward more, which he's not done in the past. Think he was a bit lucky. He could have easily got booked a lot earlier. He did do a couple of loose challenges, let's say, that in another day he'll get a yellow card for. And I've just got a theory on Billy, because he splits opinion. I think there's two things. I think there's the negative Billy. People seem to think he passes back all the time. I think that's going. It hasn't gone, but it's going. And I don't mind it if we're retaining possession. So, he doesn't need to lose that totally. I think he's got a funny action, Billy. He almost looks, because he's a bit busy and he almost looks a bit nervy when he's on the ball. And I think people look and think, oh, Christ, he's not quite in control of it. I might be wrong. It looks like that. I don't think he is. I think he's 100% in control. Yeah. And if he gets fitter, he will be a real mainstay this season. And look, let's be honest. Kasper didn't have a great game, wasn't terrible by any stretch, but Billy stepped up, which is great, because then Billy has a quieter game. we know Casper's going to step up. So
Yeah, he's a fit lad, Billy, isn't he? I mean, before Billy, Muzzer used to always win the race, didn't he? In the pre-season, this long, is it a 15,000-kilometer race? I think someone said. I don't know if I made that up or not. And Muzzer used to win that every year, whereas now Billy is the fittest guy there. He's one that wins it. So he's got an engine on him, and it shows when he plays midfield. We're going to go to the chat.
Can I just say, Joe, just another couple of things. Look, credit to the fans. The atmosphere looked absolutely electric.
It's brilliant.
Love the 2 new songs. Big fucking Bender is bloody about to happen, and it was brilliant. The Alex Neil song. It's
the old Paul Shaw one. You mean the old Paul Shaw? He's got no hair, but we don't care.
We don't care. The fans are brilliant, aren't they? And Alex will love that deep down. I guarantee he'll love that. And we've also got a new cheerleader. Don't know if you noticed at the end, the goalkeeper coach, Dean Thornton, came over and gave it the big,
he did.
The big fist, and he looks like the type who loves all that, so he's going to be good for the fans without a doubt.
That.
Yeah.
I was do you know what? I spotted that, and I was quite surprised actually. But it just, for me, it goes to show, Disco, that everyone's buying into this. The fans, the coaches, the players, all the backroom staff, the board, everybody is on the same bandwagon. So it can only be a good thing.
Or a HMS Pistol League, get they, Angelo? That's where we are at the moment. What's your thoughts, Angelo? Doughty or Joe Bryan? When Joe Bryan's fit, who do you have at back?
Just before I answer that, can I just say something about Billy? Right, the other reason we have to give Billy enormous credit. He's about 2-3 games behind everybody else in pre-season as well. Yeah, and for him to do what he done at Norwich, it's phenomenal, mate. Absolutely phenomenal. And he went down with double cramp, I believe, right at the end. He had cramp in both legs. That must have been
surprised.
Listen, mate, the guy is slightly behind, and he was unbelievable on Saturday. Yeah. Regards. I don't want us to forget how good Joe Bryan was the last part of the season.
Yeah. No? As well, I'm asking the question because we're very, very quick to think, Doughty. Yeah. But Joe Bryan had a really good season. Probably had his best season for us last season. But looking at Stato's stats there, he only got 1 assist last season, didn't he, Stato? So it just shows you in the league, from a fullback perspective, and we're looking for our fullbacks to really help now and get in the attacking areas. I mean, Doughty, first league game, first assists, and we've seen what he's done in pre-season as well, haven't we?
Yeah. But Joe Bryan immensely improved under Alex Neil. So listen, there's going to be injuries. There's going to be we can still use Bryan. We can use Doughty. We can still use Aziz. Them 3 down that wing, all 3 of them are terrific players, mate. And you might have to rotate every now and again to give them to give them a rest. But
don't forget Zach Sturge as well.
Zach Sturge as well, mate. Yeah, Zach Sturge as well. But Bryan needs to get fit. I don't know how far away he is from fitness. He keeps seeing him in the coffee shop on Instagram, but we want to see him on the pitch, don't we?
That's it, exactly. And then Joe, just get your thoughts.
Sorry, I actually thought with Alfie Doughty, and I don't know if anyone else has. We've probably mentioned this in passing, but do you get the feeling that the club didn't expect that to happen? And the plan was that Joe Bryan and Zach Sturge would be the 2 left backs, and they would rotate. I said Sturge would be the understudy. He'd play in the cup. He'd play when Bryan needs a rest, gets an injury, blah blah blah, whatever. And then all of a sudden, Alfie Doughty has become available. The club have got wind of it. They know the link with the fan base, and you're almost looking and going, we've signed Zach Sturge, and I don't really know how much he's going to play. And that's a shame because I actually think there is a real player in there. So I feel like it's one of those where a player has come out of nowhere that we didn't think was available, or we didn't think we'd be able to afford or get it over the line, or whatever the case may be. That's now happened.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can't turn it down. I think the guys are saying in the chat, it's a no-brainer to play Doughty. He's playing in the Premier League. He's on the cusp of an England call-up. He looks the real deal. But Angelo's point that Joe Bryan isn't one to be discounted just yet. He was very, very good at the back end of last season, and lots of people were giving him credit after a difficult start. So I don't think it's a case of you won't see much of Brian. I do think you will, and I think someone again, you guys will probably come back to it talking about the system. There might be cases where we play away from home and we change the system, and Brian is suited rather than Doughty. You don't know, but I think Doughty's got the shirt to start with.
Okay, well, that's good for you. So you've gone for Doughty. Andrew went for Doughty, didn't you as well?
And also, Joe, it wouldn't surprise me occasionally you might see Joe Bryan at left back and Doughty playing where Aziz is playing.
Yeah,
I think
rotating
as well, mate.
Yeah. Okay, so we go for Doughty with everyone fit. Doughty left back.
Yeah,
Angelo?
100%.
Let's go. You? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right, let's go to the chat. I kept them waiting long enough. So Chris Brown's gone for Doughty, no brainer. Billy Smith went for Danny Mac. Alex S went for Doughty. Dave went for Doughty. Lee went for no brainer Doughty. Mark Murphy went for Brian. Can buy Doughty coffee for him. Doughty there for John MFC. Paul says Doughty. Colin says Doughty.
Pretty unanimous.
And then we got Alex, other than RBW, who else could have played that ball that Doughty did? Yeah, absolutely. It was a quality pass. Jeff Cook went for Doughty, although we've seen him a few times. Wonder what is he like when attempt to defend on that side. Yeah, he hasn't really been put under immensely. He had a couple of instances where he has been on the back foot, but you're right, he hasn't really been tested yet against a real rapid winger. So it'd be interesting to see how that pans out.
Also, while you're going through the comments there, that much like Billy Mitchell, as Angelo pointed out, that Alfie Doughty's been behind in pre-season as well, because he didn't play in a couple of games for Luton. They were calling him overweight. True. I don't think he's overweight. I think he possibly could be a little bit fitter, but I don't think he's overweight. So he's also behind. So he's only going to get better, and perhaps in those defensive positions be a little bit quicker and a bit more nimble. So much the same. I think he's just going to get better.
Brilliant.
And also, sorry, Joe, I've just thought of this on Doughty. I don't think he is getting caught up in the whole "my family's are Millwall fans." I really don't.
Well, you say that, but he mentioned that his dads and his uncle cried their eyes out when he told them he signed for Millwall.
Yeah, they did.
So he must.
They did, but he didn't. He sees it as a football. It's a footballing transaction. He wants to have the best opportunity. And at the end of the game, and I look, I'm not digging the guy out at all. I thought he was phenomenal, and I think he will be. At the end of the game, a lot of the players were caught up, celebrating with Langstaff, pushing him over to the crowd. Everyone was giving it the fist bump. Doughty stood there. He clapped. Alex Neil gave him a sort of a high five, and he just turned around. He is here. He is here to get this club to the Premier League. Yes, his family support the club, but I don't think he's letting it. Sometimes we say Billy Mitchell and Danny McNamara, Millwall through and through. I don't think he's in that category, but he gets what it means to play for this club.
Yeah, he's not milking it, is he? I think.
No, he's not. He's just playing.
Yeah,
he's just playing.
Good point. Really good point.
Yeah.
Actually.
And
Joe, sorry, I don't want to just read two quick things on Norwich game because I know Stephen's got to go. I would say the other thing, Negley's finish. Do not underestimate how good a finish that was. The first touch with his right foot, but the way he placed it in the corner, it was fucking outstanding. I'm telling you, that guy is the business. Trust me, and he's going to get, as people are saying, better and better. And one final thing. Much as I want us all to keep our feet on the ground. We all want to get excited, and we are getting carried away. And we're going to go, what is it? HMS.
HMS Piss the League.
Yeah, Piss the League. Yeah, all that. But I'll tell you something. Norwich will at least be in the top 6. I tell you now, they will turn into be a really decent side. They've got some decent players.
They made some good signings.
They had a bit. Schlupp was bloody crap, wasn't he? Thank God we never took him last year. Well, we were rumoured, wasn't we?
A load of Schlupp. Yeah, I know.
They will be a good side, Stephen. You can tell your
Disco. I don't know if you was disconnecting. We ain't getting carried away, mate. We're just going to do the League and Cup double. I don't know if you was We're not getting carried away.
Love it. Listen, I'm enjoying it, and I genuinely believe this is the real deal this time. Yeah. But we've all got to look. We will have ups and downs and all that, but I'm just putting it in perspective. Norwich people are saying, "Oh, they were rusty and they were there."
they're going to be a decent side. If they keep Sargent, they'll be a really decent side. Without
he looked like a handful, didn't he?
Yeah,
Sargent.
strong,
And also, just a little mention. I mean, we talk about Langstaff coming on and doing really well. I think a little mention has to be given to Kundal as well. He's had his not saying haters, but he's had people kind of question his role in the club, in the team, and positions. But I tell you what, he was on the bench. He come on for the last 10, 15 minutes. And he played on the right-hand side, and he ran his absolute socks off. Yeah, he gave it everything when he came on. I think that right in front of the Millwall fans as well, and that didn't go unnoticed. And again, I think we'll talk about Newport in a second, but I thought he had a fairly good game in the centre midfield for Newport as well. So there could be more to come from Kundal. But I just want to get your thoughts very quickly on Kundal. If you don't mind giving us a very quick response to that. Start with yourself, Angelo.
Well, Joe, Steve needs to go.
Yeah.
Do you want to go, Steve?
Yeah, do you want end off with Kundal, Steve, and then?
I think. Look, I just don't. He played quite well yesterday. He put in the effort and clearly wants to be at the club and the fact that it was in front, that incident you're talking about was in front of the fans, and the fans love it. You can see that the effort is there. I just don't really see how he's going to get as much game time in the first team in the league personally. So. Obviously, I do have to shoot, unfortunately, guys. Just a quick one from me. Really good to win last night. NAF draw. Obviously, we're not best pleased about it. Thank you to all the guys that did join the prediction league. All you guys did. I will reveal now that Mr. Chris Chapman has predicted the Lions to finish 7th in the league this year. So we can give him some stick if you want to give him a tweet. You're more than welcome to. He has, and so has Mr. Paul Donovan. Has also predicted us to finish 7th. So guys, make of that what you will. The final thing from me, one of our other podcasters, Ben Green, has started an FM Football Manager channel. He has asked me to give it a quick plug. I have just put the link in the chat if you can give him a subscribe and all that good stuff. He will be back on the podcast, he promises. But yeah, if you're into your FM, please have a look on that. The last thing I'll say, Saturday, it's going to be brilliant. Hopefully see as many people there as possible, which I think we might sort of few of the pod boys to meet up before the game. But sorry, I can't really do the rest of the show. But my striking abilities are required, Joe. I've been drafted in to play football tonight. So
really, you got a goal, are you? Are you playing defence? Are you playing defence with that bloody clearance of yours?
Absolutely not. But
thanks for give us a prediction.
I will say 2-0 Mill on Saturday. I will watch back the rest of the show. Thanks to the listeners and thanks to you guys. And I will speak to you guys very, very soon.
Thank you so much for giving up your time and thanks for all your stats as well. Really do appreciate it. Thanks a lot, mate. Is he gone? Is he gone? Fuck, who's he fucking think he is, eh? He comes in here, he has his little bit, and it goes off. Fucking hell. Honestly, I've never liked
I've got better things to do. I've got better things to do.
I've got better things to do. They call me Stato now. Look how popular I am. I'm only joking. Love Stato. And what a great sport as well. He's changed his handle there as well for us. So look, there you go. Guys, transfer and loan news. First of all, Alfie Massey Disco. It was announced by Wealdstone, not actually us. It was actually announced by Wealdstone, their website, that he signed on loan until January 2026. Obviously, it's good to have some game time. He is going to the National League level, which means there's a less potential risk of him getting cup tied for the FA Cup. They can qualify for the FA Cup first round, but the likelihood is he should be cup tied for the Carabao or whatever. What do you make of that move? Is it a good move for Massey, or do you see him? Should he have had more of an opportunity to break into the first team, in your opinion?
Joe, I think I've gone on record on here as saying he is one of the youngsters that has impressed me as much as any of the others. He just looks very mature, very assured. Looks like he's got something about him, but look, at the same time, he's not going to get much, if any, first team football or squad rotation. So, look, I felt he needed to go out on loan. I think we were all a bit shocked at the level. Thought he might sort of get League Two, and that might do him better. But then I guess, put it in context, he's only played 21s football, and I think did he play at Pompey last year for us in the Carabao? I think he played.
Yes, I think you're right. Yeah.
But other than that, he hasn't had any sort of, or very little first team appearances. So maybe that is a good. I think they're doing it for the right reasons. Very strange for it not to be announced by the club, to be announced by Wealdstone. So yeah, very strange. I just hope I hope he doesn't get bullied by the Wealdstone. What was he, the Wealdstone Warrior or the Wealdstone?
Oh yes, that fan. Yeah.
Watch Sam.
Yeah, if you want some, I'll give you it.
You want some, Alfie? So yeah, as long as he keeps well away, or maybe he'll be his minder for him. So, but I really wish him all the best. And hope
it'll be like Messi when Messi plays. He's got that bodyguard that runs on the pitch every time someone tries to sort of like get his autograph or something. Correct. That's what that Wealdstone hooligan would be like Messi's little minder, wouldn't he? Correct. If someone tries to grab his shirt or something, he'd be running on there. Do you want some?
Want some?
Ollie, I just got your message there, mate, with regards to your comments. Yeah, look, what we're going to do is I've flagged up quite a few questions. We're going to do it at the end. So if you're with us at the end, we will answer those questions for you, Ollie. And a very, very good point. And anyone else in there, if you've got any questions, stick them in there. We'll try and flag it at the end and go through it if we've got time. Andrew Roberts, Wilson's not good enough to develop Massey, Angelo. Andrew Roberts believes should have stayed and got whatever minutes he could. Do you agree with that, Angelo?
I think we should have held out for a League Two team. Yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah,
to be honest with you, he's not, and also we don't know if the club's got plans to bring in another midfielder, do we? Is that why?
Which Alex Neil, sorry to interrupt you, but which is what Alex Neil said, didn't he, in the last media day? I think he mentioned about the possibility of bringing another midfielder. So maybe that's why, Yeah. And of course, the resurgence of Dan Kelly as well coming through, Luongo, Billy Mitchell, Kundal. We've got options in midfield at the moment, haven't we?
And if you play, even if RBW played midfield, he'd be like 6th or 7th choice, wouldn't he?
Yeah, absolutely.
So he really does need to go out and loan, doesn't he? He does.
There you go. Jesper got it. It's the Wealdstone Raider. There you go. Chris Brown got it as well. Look, they've all got it. Brilliant. Everyone's got it but us. Brilliant. Well done.
He's gonna be Alfie's minder. We're saying, yeah.
Is Wealdstone in the National League? Are they? Are they National League? Are they?
They are in the National League. Yeah, National League. Yeah. There you go.
Which guys? Look, I think it should have been League Two or better. Certainly League Two. But let's not underestimate. National League will not be a bad standard. I guarantee it will be this day and age. It will be decent standard and quite a tough. It'll really make a man of him without a doubt. Yeah. So if he can, get through it, it'll probably do him the world of good. Let's hope.
Yeah. Good idea. Good point there. Andrew, we're going to actually answer that question when we talk about the Newport game. So we're just going to go through transfers and loans now, and we will discuss Newport in a second. But great point. We will definitely talk about in this bit in a bit. Next person I want to talk about, guys, and we're going to start with yourself, Angelo, first this time, is Ido Emakhu. So Wickham had 2 bids rejected or turned down by the club. Obviously, it's a big concern for Ido. He's had an all right pre-season. He's done really well against Wimbledon. Done very, very well against Sutton, scoring 2 goals. But there's this frustration, isn't there? I think you mentioned it in the previous shows. The frustration is the word with Ido, where when he starts, he doesn't quite give us or deliver the levels of performance we expect to see from him week in, week out. He's not starting regularly. We saw it against Norwich. He wasn't started. Aziz was preferred on that left side, and he's got a lot of competition there at the moment. However, with his contract expiring next year, I think in June 2026, he's got 1 year left in his contract. So if he doesn't get more games now and doesn't sign a new and improved contract, he could be looking for a move maybe to a foreign team for a free transfer next summer. So what do you make of the situation at the moment? Because, if he goes out on loan, it could be great for him and for us, but then does that guarantee him to come back into the first team and then will he sign a new contract? Or do you think he should fight for his place in the team at the moment, hopefully get some minutes, hopefully play well, and then sign a new contract? Because we're playing a very, very, a bit of a gamble. And, you're a poker player. You know what's on the line here at the moment. How would you play it if you're Alex Neil?
Well, that's the key thing here, mate. I am getting the feeling that Alex Neil likes him, mate, because he has had a hell of a lot of minutes in pre-season. Yeah,
you're right.
He come on at Norwich, didn't do anything spectacular, but he did try hard at Norwich. He done a couple of his little mazy runs, and then second half last night, he was the player of the match, wasn't he? There's no two ways about it. So for me, yeah, I know he is frustrating, but he's definitely got the seal of approval from Alex Neil. I think we've got to keep him, mate. And, you know, him coming on for 20 minutes, half an hour against tired legs, it's lethal, you know. I know he's still a little bit raw and sometimes he loses the ball, but, you know, yesterday he got the assist for the goal. And I think there was another couple of chances. He had that mate. That was a great save from that keeper.
Brilliant save. Low down in the corner.
That was in the corner, was it? On his left foot.
Right.
That was in the corner. And he had a couple of little ones that he whizzed across. I'm a keeper, mate. I'm definitely keeping him. Yeah, I'm not saying that alone, Joe.
I agree. I like to keep him as well. Disco, come to you next. Get your thoughts. I mean, he was man of the match yesterday against Newport. Got assists as Daniel said for Leonard's goal. Created 3 key passes. Had loads of dribbles, didn't he? Going past their fullback, absolutely ruined him. And apparently covered over 10 kilometres yesterday in that game. He actually went down with cramp right in the 90th minute before he came off for Kendall. What do you make of Emakhu, the situation? And, you know, are we kind of gambling here a little bit? Him possibly leaving on a free if he doesn't get minutes and doesn't sign a new contract, because obviously he'll be gone next summer, I believe, as far as his contract expires.
Look, I agree with Angelo. I think all the signs are that Alex Neil rates him and wants to use him, not as a starter, but certainly a major squad player. And that's a big difference, isn't it? Not just a bit part, a major squad player. Look, it all goes down to is Ido happy with being a major squad player, or does he want regular team football? And look, you know, it's quite his right to sort of want that if he does. I sort of suspect he does. He's a guy who likes to be loved, isn't he? I don't think he's been loved previously.
He's a confidence player, isn't he, Disco?
Hugely. So he'll love Alex. He'll know Alex believes in him. So I'd like to think he will stay. And I guess, Joe, the reality is, if he doesn't go this window, which I 100% hope he doesn't, I think he's got an important role to play. Look, he could potentially go in January, couldn't he? As you say, with the contract situation, we either need him to sign another contract, or we do need to at least get out some money back rather than get nothing, sort of thing. So, I hope he does stay, but I would understand from his point of view if he wanted to go. I think we'd be silly to think we'll cash in on him unless we get a silly offer of multi-millions, which I don't think that's going to happen. No. Don't underestimate the lad. He's got a lot to offer. You know, he's different, isn't he? And you say he's a bit frustrating in some respects, but he's also bloody great to watch. Gets you off your bums off seats, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
Disco, you know, last night, I don't know if you guys remember this, right? He had a shot where he opted to go to the near post and the goalkeeper saved it. I don't know if you remember that, right?
Yes.
This is where he lacks a little bit of football intelligence, because there was a defender running out, the goalkeeper's on that side. All he had to do was just pass it past the defender into the other side, and it's a goal. Yeah. You know, someone like if you'd have put RBW in that position, RBW would just stuck it in the other corner. 100%. That's where I don't know if you remember that chance last night. That's where Emakhu needs to learn. He needs to be a bit more sharper.
He snapped at the shot where a bit of composure maybe would have been.
You just pass it when the defender's run out. You just pass it past him, and it's an empty goal.
And the goalkeeper's blinded. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I would say as well, though, Joe? I think in previous shows, when he wasn't getting picked, you know, and he obviously had a bit of a fallout with Harris and what have you, I think we were all starting to think he's a bit of a funny character, and he's a bit of a not a loner, or he's a bit sort of an odd character. But actually, in the pre-season, a lot of the interviews, you know, when they said who you're going to room with, who you're sitting on the plane with, a lot of them mentioned Ido, didn't they? It sounds like he's a bit of a character.
He's fun. He's a fun guy, and
so
Good to have in the change
hopefully
room.
he does stay, in my mind.
Absolutely. Just want to go to Alex S's point here. Sorry, guys. Alex S, our front four versus Watford this time last season was Esse, Honeyman, Watmore, and Bradshaw versus Norwich, Aziz. We've got Negley, Coburn, and the BFS. What a difference a year makes. Absolutely, eh? Just shows you how far we've come with that. Yeah. Incredible. So there we are with Emakhu. I hope Alex Neil sorts it out. I mean, a reporter did ask Alex Neil yesterday, what do you make of the Emakhu situation? And he came out, as Alex Neil always does, very honest. I love the way he speaks. And he said, look, he's a player we want to keep. He's an important player. We've got a big season ahead of us. We see him being a big part of that season. And I want to keep him. And that's it. And I love that. As Andrew says, he's been getting lots of minutes. He's playing games. Hopefully, he can work with him. Hopefully, he can persuade him to sign a new contract when that happens. And he's here for long term. He's only 21 years of age, Dynamo. He's only going to get better and better, and he's still learning.
Touch wood, no more niggly injuries, because he was one for niggly injuries, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yes. Exactly that. So hopefully we'll get that all wrapped up and signed off very soon. Next person I want to talk about, guys, and I'll start with yourself, Disco, this time, is Japhet Tanganga. This is news that just won't go away. It's like a bad spell, isn't it? And lots of clubs coming into him, putting little cheeky little bids. We know there's a contract being offered to him by Millwall Football Club, an improved contract, which will hopefully prevent him from using that clause to then go to a Premiership club for peanuts, to be honest. He hasn't signed it yet. I don't know whether he's waiting for another improved contract, but that contract's there. So we know the club's intention to try and tie him down. But an Italian club called Sassuolo have put another bid in for £3.7 million, which was rejected by Millwall Football Club, allegedly. And I mean, this guy, he appears happy. I mean, I saw him celebrating at full time with Norwich and all the boys and cuddling all the lads, stuff like that. You can see how much it means to him. How do you see this panning out with Japhet? Can you see him sort of staying there long term, or in your opinion, do you see him? Well, Chris, for example, in the past has always said he's going. In his opinion, he just sees him going. Do you share that kind of that thought, or are you the opposite to that?
Well, look, watching him Saturday, we start to take him for granted. In a lot of ways, he hasn't been mentioned. He was outstanding Saturday, absolutely outstanding. Brilliant. He made, and we just expect it. That's why we take him for granted. We expect it. He made one mistake where he tried to intercept a ball, and then he got out of position, and then he tugged the guy back, and he got a yellow card. But then he sees the game out without getting another, an incident. Pretty bloody decent. Shows his quality. He is top notch. He looks very, very happy. He looks fit. He looks like he's enjoying his football. He cares. He really cares. He looks like a miserable bugger. When it goes wrong like that, he cocked up Saturday. He was blaming everybody else, and I'm thinking it was your fucking fault. But he's good on it. He's digging everybody. Yeah. He's probably saying, I had to do that because you didn't do that. So he really is committed. At the end, you could see he's loving it. I've been getting more and more of the view, maybe stupidly, we're going to keep him. And if we keep him, he'll sign a contract for 2 or 3 years, and then we've got him. And if he does go, we'll get a really tasty fee for him. However, I'm getting a little bit more nervous as we get nearer to the deadline day. It all depends on these dominoes. If players start moving, injuries. I mean, they're talking about Gay, aren't they, this morning? I heard on TalkSport that he's literally definitely going from Palace. And I'm like, shit, if he goes, Palace won't have a lot of time to get someone. Do you then turn to something like that and think that's a bloody good investment for us, even if in their mind it's short term? So I'm treading on eggshells, Joe. I'm really, I like everybody. Hopefully he stays, and I think we might be lucky. And what a retainment that will be. But it's going to be a nervy last few days or last couple of weeks, certainly.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Angelo, just want to get your thoughts and your opinion on Japhet Tanganga situation. I mean, the transfer window doesn't shut until the 1st of September. But like Disco, I think as time goes on and the closer we get to the end of the transfer window, the more hope I have thinking that Tanganga is going to stay. Because I feel for that price, that money, everyone's questioning why hasn't a club come in already and put a cheeky, activate that clause and sign them. The fact that hasn't happened yet, or maybe it has happened and maybe he's turned it down. Maybe he's refused to speak to those clubs. We don't know, do we, what goes on? What's your thoughts on the whole situation, Angelo?
Do you know what, Joe? I was really, really surprised. Right, Japhet Tanganga normally he does his business on the pitch, and he's normally the first one down that tunnel. Yeah, he just goes little clap and he's gone. Yeah,
True.
I've always noticed that. Yeah, all of last season, mate. Against Norwich on Saturday, I've never seen him celebrate with the players like he did. Have you? He was jumping up and down. He was jumping on Langstaff. He was pushing Langstaff,
hugging all the players.
Yeah. I've never seen him do that before, mate. He looks like he's proper invested. And I know I was joking about us doing the double this season, but is he smelling it? Is he thinking, oh my God, I think we could do it with this team?
We've got it. Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure. If we could guarantee Tanganga will be in the Premier League next season, I'm pretty sure he'd stay with us, mate. Oh, yeah. Because what's he going to do, mate? He's going to go to one of these lower Premier League teams and just sit on the fucking bench. Yeah? With us, he's going to be playing every single week, yeah? So his reaction at the end of that game, I've never seen it before, mate. And to me, that gave me a bit of hope that he's loving it and he wants to stay. Do you know what I mean? And also... Did Alex Neil have a little pop at him because he said that ball should never have gone back to Bender for the goal?
Right, Tanganga,
it was Kramer to Tanganga. Now, Tanganga normally would pass that to Cooper, but he went back to Bender for some reason. And then Bender done what he done.
That's a good point. That's a very interesting...
It was almost like he might have got told. Yeah.
Interesting point there. Also, a couple of comments here in the chat. Alex said that Tanga didn't have his best game versus Palace, so hopefully he's off their radar. And Gary Miles, hope you're well, mate. Hope everything's okay with yourself. Tanga probably go Palace right at the end of the window. To Angelo's point or the distance point, I think it was
that would hurt. That would really hurt. That would really hurt.
For me, if he goes on the last game, I'll be gutted.
I know. For me, if Tango's going to go now. Don't, as you say, don't leave it to the last minute. Where we've got the hope of thinking we're going to keep him, and if he ends up going for 1.2 million, and we've got a big, massive hole to fill, that's going to honestly that'd be the worst he could do to us. So Tango, if you're listening, mate, or anyone knows you, sign that bloody contract, stay with Millwall, show us your intent. If you're going to go, mate, just do it now. Don't leave it to the last minute. Give us a chance.
And tell Tango we're doing the double. Tell him we're doing the double this season.
Tell him we're doing the double. Angelo said we're doing the double, so don't go anywhere. And, exactly, and hopefully
Palace can get 2 cups. We can get 2 cups.
Exactly. Who the hell are Palace anyway?
Yeah, who the fuck are Palace?
Exactly. Right. So, guys, moving on. The next topic is we've signed another player, a young lad called Freddie Freeman, 21-year-old right back who can play centre back. We signed him from Everton on a free. He decided to leave Everton on a free. He's actually our 7th summer signing, and he's the son of Dougie Freeman, who, as we know, is a good friend of Steve Gannon. What's your thoughts, Disco, on that signing? I mean, it looks like they're going to be signing him to play in the under-21s. I don't know if he's going to feature much in the first team, but obviously he's going to work under Kevin Nugent, and Kevin Nugent will have a good look at him and try and develop him into the first team. What's your thoughts on that signing?
Mate? Has this been announced, Joe?
It has been announced, yeah.
I was just going to say that. Am I being ignorant? Because it was said, but we've never.
Well, I don't know if it's been announced by the club. Sorry, but it's everywhere on social media at the moment, isn't it? It seems.
Yeah, but I'm not sure we've seen it official. But look, don't want to be harsh on the lad. I was a little bit underwhelmed when it first was mentioned. It felt a little bit. Is there a little bit? Oh, dare I say, old pals act of, who you know, not what you know. But look, he can't be. He must have a bit of talent about him because I believe he was at United. Then he went to Everton, and now he's become a free agent, and we've taken him on board. As you say, I don't see him as for first team. It'd be for the under-21s, which they need to bolster because we are utilising some of the youngsters now.
Sorry to interrupt there. Sorry, guys. That's where I saw it. He actually played in the under-21 game yesterday. Basically, what happened was they play against. Yeah, Gary, I don't know if it's right or wrong. I think they play against Barnsley. They lost 4-0, but a lot of the youngsters were in the first team for Newport. So they had Howland there, Race Bangura Williams, of course, and loads of others, Kamal Grant as well. So they had a very, very weakened side. He actually played that game. As a game we played in, and we lost 4-0. So cheers for that, Gary. Good point.
Gary.
Sorry, Disco. Carry on,
mate.
Mate.
No, look. Don't want to be harsh on the guy. Look, any quality youngster we're bringing in has got to be good news. But I don't know a lot about him, so I can't really comment. It'll be interesting to see how he does, but I don't see him affecting the first team in a short space of time. He'll have a season in the 21s, and hopefully he turns out to be decent. As you said, it was interesting. I heard he was a fullback at first, but they've since said he can play centre half as well, which is probably not a bad situation.
On that right side, and there you go, Andrew. Again, apparently Richard Cowley tweeted it. Andrew Cahill said Freeman was still listed as a try. I think they had 2 trialists yesterday. So he was a guy as a try. So whether he's actually signed or not, or was going to sign, who knows? But to try at a 4-0 defeat, it's not the best game to play in as a defender as well, particularly. Yeah, of course. But hopefully he's done enough to impress the guys that need impressing. Andrew, what's your thoughts on that signing? Is that a good signing, or what's your thoughts on that?
He's not going to affect our double winning team this season, mate. So I've really not got much to say about the guy. Good luck to him. He's obviously going to be in with the youngsters for this season. Let's see how he develops, Joe. Innit?
Apparently, I don't know if it's true or not. He was actually a Man United academy player, and then left Man United to then join Everton for about a year, and then he left Everton after his year contract and then joined Millwall. So. He's come from good stock. We're not signing a player from no offense, like from a Bromley or Sutton maybe. He's somebody who's playing in a right setup, isn't he?
Yeah, I think it's just one you have to keep an eye on in the background, mate. I don't think he's gonna. He's not for this year, is he? Like
no,
we just keep an eye on him and go from there, mate.
Yeah, excellent. So look, I think we've kind of pretty much carried everything there. One of the questions here, guys, I'm going to bring this up here from Andrew Roberts. A really good point here is that if Tango goes, Cramer can replace him, but then that leaves us short at right back. Now, I want to add to that and say that, and Chris mentioned it in his post-match analysis. If you haven't watched Chris's post-match analysis yesterday, make sure you watch it. But also, if Tanganga leaves and say Cramer's injured, for example, who plays at right back? Because we've got 4 available right backs in Cramer, Lenny, Danny Mack, and Uncle Wes. And even I guess if you include George Beaumont, he's 5. He signed a professional contract, the youngster that's coming through. But no disrespect to Danny Mack, Lenny, and Uncle Wes, but they don't give us what Cramer gives us in that final third. We've seen how he's been playing in those areas in the final thirds, the balls he puts in, the drives he makes, and gets to the byline. So if Tanga gets injured or leaves, and Cramer then moves into the centre, what happens in that right back position?
For me, and I think he got, in a lot of respects, I think myself included at some points, give Lenny a little bit of stick last night in that. After seeing Cramer at the weekend, you then watch Lenny and you think, he doesn't get forward as much. His delivery isn't as good. But I think we're being a bit harsh there. Lenny's still got a lot to offer at this level and this team. And he's not a bombing up and down fullback. I get that. But he ain't bad.
But sorry to interrupt you, this, but isn't that not what we need? With where we're set up, playing Negley as an inside forward winger, so therefore he's left-footed forward. He's always going to cut into number 10 role. Bangura Williams did it yesterday as well. So the way we're set up, we've got the width from the left-hand side from Aziz and Doughty. On that right-hand side, the width actually comes from Cramer, not actually our wingers. So the point I'm making is, if we're set up the way we are, and it's going to be Negley out there or Bangura Williams out there cutting into his left foot, we need that width. And if Lenny's not going to get up there and overlap.
I'm not in the camp that he can't get up there yet. I'm not saying he's a Cramer, but then we haven't got anybody who's a Cramer, although I'll come on to one.
So the point we're making is, are we short in that area? But if we do sign a right back, that makes us have 6 right backs in the club.
That's the challenge, isn't it? Exactly. We're a bit oversubscribed, aren't we, there? So I still think Lenny has a role to play. I think he can still do a decent job getting up and down and delivery. Look, let's be honest, Cramer, a couple of his deliveries were appalling on Saturday, but we forgot that after the great cross that resulted in the goal. The other one, potential,
is could you put Doherty right and then have Joe at left back? You know, so I think
for me, I never. I don't know about you. I never like seeing a left-footed fullback playing right back. I don't know what it is. It just messed up with my OCD, maybe. I don't know. If you're a right-footed player, you could play left back like Leonard.
I know what you know. I know what you mean. But Ian Dawes was one of the best fullbacks we ever had. And,
he was right-footed, weren't he?
Yeah, correct.
He played left back, didn't he? Exactly.
He was left back and right-footed. Yeah, and he was brilliant.
Yeah.
Absolutely brilliant.
Exactly. But again, just playing that right-hand side, I just don't feel comfortable with a left-footed player because left-footed players are predominantly very left-footed, aren't they?
I'd say Lenny can do the job. Yeah, Lenny can do the job for me for now. But let's hope it's not a problem we have to face.
Okay, and Angelo, coming to you with that problem, I want to get your thoughts on that. You've been hearing what I've said. You heard what Disco said. What's your thoughts on that situation, that setup?
Do you know what, mate? Kramer was one of the best players on Saturday, right? Yeah. But let's not get carried away. That's the first time he's ever done that. Do you know what I mean? And like Disco said, there was a couple that went right up in the stand, mate. We saw that, Joe. It was down our end, yeah?
Yeah.
So, great performance on Saturday. But let's see. I'm not writing Lenny off either. He looked a little bit rusty last night, but he hasn't played much, mate. So, RBW, I said it in our chat. It's frustrating me a little bit. But it's because he hasn't had the minutes, mate. He needs minutes. There's loads of players that played last night that need the minutes. So,
just to add to that with Race Bangura Williams, I mean, what you got to remember, he hasn't played a league game since Stoke back in March last season.
Yeah.
So he hasn't played many minutes at all. To your point,
he needs minutes.
It's difficult, and we need to give him time. He's still young. He's still developing, and also I think with Race Bangura Williams, I don't know if you guys agree with me or not in the chat here. I think he set such a high bar when he came into our team. The goal he scored against Dagenham and Redbridge. The moments of magic and brilliance. That the assist for Casper that time against who was it against? Coventry, Cardiff. The goals he's producing and the bits of magic. The pass for Ivanovic for Portsmouth. That
was a Doughty pass, wasn't it? That was a Doughty pass.
Yeah. The pass for Ivanovic against Luton, the way he found him. Like people remembering all this stuff, and they expect to see this every single week in, week out. But if you're not playing every game and you're not playing many minutes, it's very, very hard to produce that. So I don't know what you guys thoughts are in the chat.
Joe, did you see him last night? He'd done this like little shuffle and he left this guy for dead.
Oh, amazing!
When
the left back came to
his body a little bit and just went. Yeah. And
the guy said for a hot dog.
Yeah.
Oh, he actually left it. I know.
It was so simple. Yeah. It's such quality, isn't it?
I find with Race Bangura Williams, I think when he thinks too much or when he's self-conscious and he's got to defend and things like that, he's a little bit not nervous, but he's focused. He doesn't play his game. When he's relaxed, when he's smiling, and when he's enjoying his football, that's when you see him produce. That's when you see the player, And I'll be funny, and I've said it time and time again. When he's played for the under-21s, and I knew of him back then, I used to watch him play. The player who told me about him, guess who it was? And this is a massive credit. The player said to me, the one you got to watch out for, who's coming through, who's unbelievable, and he said it in a way like almost say like he's probably better than me or going to be better than me. Right. It was Roman Esse.
Yeah.
And Roman Esse was like in awe of Bangura Williams. Like he was saying, look, honestly, Joe, like he said to me, you've got to watch this kid. Like honestly, he's like ridiculous. And from that, I was watching him, quite often, all the games, and I thought, so you know what, he was absolutely spot on.
Do you know what, Joe? Do you know what it is? He's got it. It's been held back. So he needs minutes, and he needs Alex Neil to unleash it. So he's doing it on a regular basis. Do you know what I mean? And then it'll be a struggle to keep hold of it. But
position is a struggle. Position is a struggle. I don't see him.
Really good point, Disco. Yeah. Do you not see him doing the Negley roll on that right hand side?
Yeah. Good point. Yeah.
I like that Negley roll. Do you know that? I like that Negley roll.
Yeah. Because when they haven't got the ball, the Islanders, when you haven't got the ball, you then fill in on that right side and you go with their left back if he goes forward. When you have got the ball, our team's got the ball, you then drift inside. Kramer then gives you the width, doesn't it? So it's very hard to pick up that guy because who goes with him? Does a left back go with him, with Negley or Bangura Williams, or does a midfielder or even a defender come out and mark him? So the way how Alex Neil's got that tactic going is so good. And what I love to see, no matter who's playing, whether it's Leonard at right back, Crammer at right back, or Wes, or Bangura Williams, or Negley, they all play that same system. They're all cutting inside, and the fullback then comes round. So it's like they're drilled into it. They know what they're doing. It's so good to watch, isn't it?
Also, I thought Uncle Wes was great when he come on yesterday as well.
Oh, I love him.
Yeah,
he does lack a little bit. He lacks a little bit of technical ability sometimes, but you can't question his desire, his fitness.
He nearly got on the end of a header, didn't he?
Yeah. So there you go. So guys, we want to end off by talking about the Carabao Cup. Sorry, the game yesterday. We haven't discussed that properly yet. So Emakhu assist, got man of the match. Alex Bill made 9 changes. So where's Stato Steve now? Look, where is he? Alex Bill made 9 changes. The average age of that starting 11 was 23.6 years of age.
Wow.
I mean, that's fantastic. Some really young players there. Newport, apparently, I think they've only really achieved 1 shot on target. And Millwall are actually unbeaten in the last 6 League Cup first round ties, which is, again, it's a fantastic start. A stat story there for you.
I thought we normally go out first round, don't we?
In the League Cup, apparently, maybe the second round we probably go out. Yeah, in the League Cup first round, we've always seemed to go through. We never lost, basically. Again, in the chat, tell me if I'm wrong there, but I did some digging and done some research on that one as well. Obviously, the goal came with Ryan Leonard, his first goal since April 2023, which really sort of made up for him. But what did you make, guys, of the performance yesterday, the players that were picked? Is there any standout players for you? I don't know who wants to go first. Just go around on that one.
Go on, Angelo.
Yeah, my standouts. I thought Crocombe made a fantastic save when I don't know how they didn't score, mate, with that big free for all on the goal line. But that was a great save by Crocombe. Yeah, my standouts last night. I thought Kamal Grant was very good. Yeah,
I like him.
On his debut. He looks very calm on the ball as well, very assured, doesn't panic. Yeah. So I thought he done great. Credit to Cooper, just plays every game, doesn't he, mate? You know, you've got to really commend his fitness, that guy.
Oh, incredible.
Machine. Yeah, he is, mate. Yeah. Sturge was okay. You can tell he needs minutes. Lenny, again, the commentator really liked Lenny, didn't he? He couldn't stop harping on about him. But he looks a little bit rusty, but great that he got the goal. I did say in our group chat, you could see he was emotional when he scored, and then in the interview, we heard that he lost his granddad, so condolences to him. Nice for him to get that goal. I thought Luongo had a really good game. You weren't too sure, Joe. I thought he was very neat and tidy, and was very important last night. Kundal running around, not that great. Okay, I thought I was hoping a bit more from Langstaff last night. I was hoping he could nick the goal. Coburn didn't really get much service, did he? And then Emakhu was man of the match, mate. You know, did you notice last night as well? The cameraman would never zoom in on the other side of the pitch last night. Did you guys pick up on that?
No. Well, I don't think he zoomed anyway, did he?
Pissed me off.
It was weird.
He didn't know how to zoom in.
You had to restrain your eyes to work out what's going at the far end almost.
When Emakhu was on the first half, when Emakhu was over that side, you couldn't really see what was going on because this stupid cameraman wouldn't zoom in.
Well, it's the problem with this red button shit, isn't it? You know, it's really a bit basic, really, isn't it?
You get basic footage of the game, and that's pretty much it, isn't it?
But listen, job done, mate. It gave loads of people minutes, 9 changes. So that rule that must be gone now. Changes, I think. One team changed the whole team. So, we're through to the next round. Shame about the draw. But, job done, mate, And how many more games do we lift the cup? 6, 7 more games and we lift the cup, yeah?
There you go. Almost there. Almost there. Your prediction will come true, Angelo. Disco, coming to you next. We'll get your thoughts on yesterday's game. As we mentioned, 9 changes. Only Cooper and Coburn were picked to play from Saturday's game, which is a credit to our squad and the depth we've got there. What do you make of the performance? Was there any standouts for you?
Sorry, Joe, before Disco comes in, I completely forgot and I apologise. RBW as well. He done okay, just needs minutes. He's the only guy that I forgot to mention. But he just needs minutes, mate. Also, before
Well, to that point, Angelo and Disco, before you speak, coming your lines mentioned here. This is in Chris Chapman's interview. Have you seen it with Negley? He said in one of the interviews on the recent media day, Negley was asked who's the most technically gifted player at the club, and he said RBW without hesitation.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that, but he was looking, he was thinking who could he pick, and straight away he said, Race Bangura Williams.
Yeah. And I think we saw bits of it last night, like you say, Angelo. You very quickly forget that when he did that turn, he just left that guy for dead. And I
quality.
thought there was a bit of debate last night that he was a bit quiet, and look, he's clearly not match fit and quite as sharp as you'd like to see. But there were elements he showed. He's class. The lad is class out of date. So I hope he does get fit and play more. More football. Yeah, that's true. Ray Evans, what a fullback he was. Bloody hell, he used to bomb up and down, most definitely.
During the war, we had Ray Evans playing for us. He had a bit of shrapnel on his knee, but I tell you what, he could take a free kick and go on.
I think it was Andy Roberts who mentioned that. And Andy, was it Dave Donaldson on the left wing as well, or the left back as well? He was a bit of a wholehearted player as well, David Donaldson. So those were the days. But so RBW, rusty, but showed glimpses of the class he's got.
Yeah,
Mrs. Slocum, as I think he's known, isn't he, by old Nick Hart, the podmaster. Mrs. Slocum, Crocum. What a save from him. But he looked very assured to me, very safe hands, and I think he'll feel very unlucky.
Who do you pick, this guy, out of Bender, the big Bender, and Crocum in goal? And also you, Andrew. And guys in the chat, who would you go for? What we call him, Slocum or Crocum?
Mrs. Slocum, and from...
guys, in the chat, are we going to go for Mrs. Slocum or are we going to go for the big Bender? Who would you rather have in goal? Sorry, Disco, go on.
I actually, on current evidence, I wouldn't mind either, but I'm more than happy Bender in for now. I think he was a bit unlucky with what happened on Saturday, but what was really good, he looked shell-shocked when it happened and for the next 5 minutes, but then... Great save, as Angelo mentioned, from the Cooper clearance. And then that take from the corner, that last corner of Norwich, that was first class.
That was important, wasn't it?
Wipe out any danger. And that was right up behind him. And he had balls to take that, So, more than happy with the big Bender in for now, for me.
Also... So go back to the game yesterday, Disco. Sorry, mate. In regards to the players, and also I want to go back to you as well, Andrew, because Andrew Roberts made a really good point here. We haven't mentioned Nisbet's cameo as well, coming off the bench. So let's start with yourself first, Disco.
Yeah. So look, I'm not going to mention everybody. I am delighted to say, I think I said last week, the jury was out for me on Kamal Grant. It's not out anymore. I was really impressed with him. I'm not saying he was outstanding, but he just looked, as you say, Angelo, really calm. Can put a tackle in. He's big, strong, looks reasonably good with his feet as well. So I've noticed, and look, really interesting. He's getting the nod ahead of the big Wes, isn't he, at the minute as well, both on the bench and playing. So I'm delighted with that for him, and he looks decent, which surprised me. I'll be honest, I wasn't sure. I'm different to you guys. I like Cundall. I see a player in there. I think he's technically good. I think he's having to work.
Where's his best position, though? He's played at number 10. He's played on the right-hand side. He's played on the left. He's playing centre. Where would you play him in the system?
That was the only thing I was going to say. Much as I rate him as decent, I just don't see him fitting in the first team. As Stephen said earlier, I don't see a role for him other than a sub role at the minute, and I'm not sure. I mean, we paid decent money for him, didn't we? So you sort of think, was that an element of a wasted signing? But I'd say that guy is trying everything he possibly can to compete for a place and to be part of the squad. And like you said, Joe, Norwich, he was excellent when he came on. He worked his nuts off. Just what you want from a sub. He really did.
Good attitude. No sulk. He could have sulked. He could have gone, said to himself, I've got all this way for nothing. I've got 10 minutes. What's the point? And some players can behave that way, but he didn't. Great attitude.
Absolutely.
And even yesterday, sorry to interrupt you there. Yesterday, where there was a few kind of mediocre performances, although he probably lacked a little bit of greatness at times, one thing you couldn't question, I think Andrew mentioned it as well, was his tenacity, his work ethic.
Yeah.
He was everywhere on that park, weren't he?
Yeah.
He was running around, he was hustling defenders, midfielders, and making tackles and getting on the ball. And he looked bright, he looked lively, didn't he?
Absolutely, but where he quite fits in, I'm not quite sure. Like you, Luongo, he impresses me. He looks an older player, but he looks very assured. Keeps it simple. Knows when to hold, knows when to release, and I think he's a very valuable addition.
What about Dan Kelly, Disco? Looking at Richard's.
I thought he looked. Didn't get long, did he? Really? But it was nice to see. He looked funny, innit? He looks like a bloody tiny baby, facially wise. But on the pitch, he looked like he had a bit about him to me. He looked like he had a bit of stature.
Would you go as far as calling him a unit?
No, he's not a big unit.
He's not a big unit.
No, he's not a big unit just yet. But he is a bigger unit than I thought. He looked like a Cundley side, but he looks a bit bigger than Cundle to me. Might have just been the camera being that it didn't zoom in. I think
he might be. Yeah, he does look a bit of a presence, doesn't he?
But look, we want him to come good and be part of the squad this year, don't we? But I thought some useful contributions through the game. Look, Emakhu, we've already said. I agree with you, actually. I thought that was a game that Macaulay could have really grabbed by the scruff of the neck and really shown us how good he was. And he had a couple of decent chances that, I don't want to dig him out because I'm very happy with what he's doing, but thought he missed an opportunity there. I was surprised Coburn started, but look, he put a shift in. Didn't do a huge amount other than he's putting a shift in. But Saturday's Coburn's game, isn't it? His old club. It's going to be really interesting. I think he'll score. I think he'll score Saturday. So look, other than that, I don't think anybody was terrible. I'll throw in because it was mentioned. Yeah, look, Nisbet. I'm different to a lot of people. I'd be more than happy to have Nisbet in the squad. Again, he's not a starter. I think if we're serious, you want 4 decent strikers. And I think the 4 we've got would be more than acceptable right now, as long as his attitude's right. And he looks fit, doesn't he? He looks quite fit.
He's working hard, running in the front line, where he's pressing defenders. Angela, what did you make of Nisbet?
I agree, mate. He looked ultra fit, mate. He looks ultra trim. He missed that header. Yeah, he did. That was a good chance, the header, wasn't it? But let's give if the guy, like Steve said, if the guy's got the attitude, let's go with him, mate. Yeah. Did you see
the chance where he brought this lovely first touch? The ball comes out, he sort of turns, brings the ball down lovely, and just flicks it into Langstaff. Yeah. Langstaff turns and shoots at the keeper. Yeah. In some ways, you kind of hope that was Nisbet. He probably would have finished that in that position. But again, that quality to just bring the ball down very calmly and pick out Langstaff that little ball. But he's a very good player. And that's his first sort of, competitive game in how long for Millwall as well? Yeah.
I just let's give Nisbet a go, mate. He looked trim, looked fit. Let's go with him, I think. Yeah. I just want to go back to a point that Alex S made as well. One thing that we didn't mention with Kamal Grant, he does go on them unbelievable runs straight through the middle, doesn't he?
Yeah, as Rio Ferdinand-esque, isn't it?
Yeah, like he got an assist in the end against Sutton doing that, and he done it again last night as well. I like that.
Got a corner. He got a corner. It was unlucky there. The only criticism of Carl Grant is I think he's got all the attributes of a modern day defender. Very similar to Tanganga with the speed, the agility, great in the air. And you've seen winning those headers defensively, solid. He seems focused, seems switched on. He's tenacious. He's strong. A couple of times he's out-muscled their strikers and got the better of them to win the ball back. My only concern, he needs to work a little bit on his distribution. There's a few times his short passes have been a little bit either too hard or too soft. It's not been quite on it. But if that's all he's got to worry about, that's not a biggie. That will come. But I just think distribution, technically on his passing, he probably needs to work on that a little bit. But apart from that, I think he's got a lot of the fundamentals to be a really good defender. And dare I say it, could he be, the fact he played yesterday, could he be the answer if, let's say, God forbid, Tanganga gets injured or Crammer or whatever to fill in and deputise.
Well,
I mean,
I don't think we're bringing another centre half in, Joe. If
this is what
Tanganga
I'm
doesn't,
saying.
unless Tanganga goes. I mean, Will Lyon has said there, look, it was Newport, and I get that. But look, you can only play what's in front of you. And I was a bit jury's out. Look, I'm not saying he's the finished article, but I was more the more I see him, the more impressed I am. There's a player in there in my mind.
I genuinely believe, Joe, if there's an injury to Tanganga, I think Kramer goes centre back, mate.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, I would say so. I would say so. But then again, it depends who we play against. For me, I don't think Kamal Grant has put a foot wrong. Again, it's very hard to say. We only play against lower league sides. It'd be interesting to see what he'll be up against a championship side. And
Joe, he got a few. I believe he got a few goals for Bromley while he was on loan as well. He can score from a corner as well.
Yeah, he is. He's got a great leap on him. Very good from set pieces. Good player there. Anything else you want to add to yesterday's game? If you want to mention there about any other players worth noticing or mentioning about? No.
Well, there was a couple of cameos, weren't there? The young Matthews came on, but he didn't get a chance. He got stuck in actually. I good to see him body check someone.
Yeah.
I like the look of that.
I thought Sheldon had a blinder, mate, when he come on.
Yeah.
What did he get? 5 seconds.
People were voting for him.
He looked great. He looked great in the kit, didn't he? To be fair,
he did.
Really looked good.
Do you know what though? I've got a feeling that kid's going to be a good player. Do you know that?
Oh,
17,
quality. 17 years of age.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. He should be playing for under 18s, let alone under 21s at the moment. But also, he would have come on if it wasn't for Emakhu having cramp.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason why he came on for, wasn't it, from the south?
Hopefully he got an appearance bonus.
Yeah. And it's good experience for him. Listen, I have to ask, where is Lovelace? Please tell me. Where is Lovelace?
I know.
We were told a couple of weeks away, weren't we? And that for me, I'm like you, Angelo. I can't wait. I just think he's going to be dynamite. But if he's ever bloody fit, what's going on here?
Alex, I think to that point there, mate, it could be something to do with Tango. Tango's got a really, really bad knee injury, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got a terrible, terrible knee injury. I don't know why any club will want to sign him at the moment because his knee injury is so bad.
On his last legs.
He is. And to your point there, Alex, we've got to be careful. We've got to nurse him through games. He could barely get through 90 minutes sometimes. So to play him again in a cup game, I think Alex made a great decision there in resting him. So let's hope he could be a fit for the next game. I don't know. It's just it's one of those sort of things.
Maya. Where was Maya?
Yeah.
He played for the under-21s. He played yesterday for the under-21s in the 4-0 loss as well, didn't he?
I think he'll be going out on loan again. I'm surprised. I like the look of him, but
possibly
it doesn't fit in,
Possibly. And BBB was played for the
BBB.
He was played for
as well.
He was played for the under-21s. Rafiq Lamptey was on the bench yesterday. Well, he didn't come on.
I like him. I like Lamptey.
I like him at all. Luongo, Angela. I know you and I were chatting on your WhatsApp group earlier today. Yeah. I'm not saying he played terribly. I thought he did okay, but for me, is okay good enough to get ahead of Casper and Billy Mitchell?
No.
For me, I wouldn't pick him ahead of them.
Oh, no.
So for that reason, I thought. Yeah, but what is his role? He plays centre mid.
He's backup.
Yeah.
He's back up to them two.
Yeah,
if
but
he can come in and finish the game.
Yeah. He's a great guy, Joe, to bring on with 10, 15 minutes to go. He's experienced. He can see the game.
A bit like Saville did last season. Yeah. Which I'm happy with that, but I couldn't have him starting games. Like, God forbid, if something happened to Casper or Billy, who do you play in centre midfield for 90 minutes?
But starting a game, Joe, currently, with who we've got, starting a game, if one of them are injured and you put him in, I wouldn't be like, oh, shit, we're going to get hammered here. I think he'd do a job for us. For 60, 70 minutes, I really do.
You think so?
Yeah.
Even at championship level? I mean, we saw him play yesterday, I'm not saying he struggled yesterday.
Well, that's a good point. I've only seen him in the friendlies and that yesterday. And the 10, 15 minutes on Saturday. But
he puts a tackle in. I've liked the sort of tackles he puts in, and he doesn't give the ball away too carelessly at times. He does keep things very short and simple. And very intelligent player. I think his positioning is very good. The way he reads the game. But for me, he hasn't got the legs to get around the pitch like Casper, like Billy has.
Oh no.
And I would probably rather have Kundal ahead of him. I would even put Dan Kelly ahead of him.
Right.
At Luongo, if I was going to play anyone to start from the beginning, you know.
Yeah, but you need the experience, Joe.
Yeah, I don't think
this is it. This is it. This is the question.
The guy's been promoted just a couple of years ago to the Premier League, you know.
I know, but you say that, but he's 32, 33 years of age. He was only playing substitute appearances last season for Ipswich, not as if he was starting games. You know, I know he had a good season the year before that, but he was 30 years old then, 31. So
32 is not young, is it?
Yeah, he's not young.
I think he's a good squad.
He's not a starter, but I think he's a very important squad player, mate.
He's but my point, Angelo, is I know he's a good squad player, but this season we've seen it how often players go injured or suspended, whatever. We need players that's good enough to come in and start games in centre midfield. I don't know whether he's got 70 minutes in his locker at a high level. I can see him doing the last 15 minutes of the game.
I don't even know if he's fit, mate, because he come through halfway through pre-season as well, mate.
Well, hopefully we'll see more of him again then. Because like I said, for what I've seen, like he's okay, but I'm not wowed by him at all. You know,
stop Aussie bashing, Joe. Stop Aussie bashing.
I don't think anyone's wowed by him, but I do think he's quite important.
I think he'll be all right. It's a safe little aside in. Yeah.
There you go. Mark Murphy said Luongo in the last 15 minutes player.
It's
there you go. And there's a couple. Hang on. Last night he was playing he wasn't playing with either Billy or Casper. Jesper's gone. Joe's lost it again. Am I like what? Lost the argument or lost my mind?
Would Luongo get in Elche's team? Do you think?
Yeah, great point there. Actually, yeah. Luongo's still getting match fit. Oh, look at old Matt just piping up. They just turned up right at the very death. Sticking his 2 pence worth in, eh? Bloody hell. War Lion, Joe, stop your waffle. Oh, bloody hell. Look, I'm getting pelters now at the moment. What's going on? Looks like the third shirt will be red with the old school line on its own, according to Billy Smith. That's my daughter Saturday during the game when Bender was in goal. Looks like that would be the new third keeper shirt. Yeah, so probably from the sounds of it, it looks like it could be something similar to that. Who knows? It'd be interesting when it's revealed. Chris Brown says, Joe, mate, you're talking bollocks. Chris, how am I talking bollocks? Tell me how I'm talking bollocks. What have I said just then that you don't agree with? I'm saying he's a good player. He could probably come last 15 minutes, but he's not good enough to start games. In my opinion, he hasn't got the legs. He can't do what Casper and Billy does. So I'm happy to take it. But just come back to me with something a little bit more tangible than I'm talking bollocks, and I'll listen to you. Rodney Marsh, Luongo role is on to come on late and manage the game out. Not a starter. Would like to see him. There you go, Rodney Marsh.
Yeah,
exactly my point. I'm not a Luongo hater. I'm just saying he's not the answer to start games. I can see him coming last time. He's short things up.
Yeah, I don't know who said that.
Angelo said he is.
I never said that.
If he had to.
You said, I don't mind him starting games and playing 60, 70 minutes, you said.
If he had to.
You said that.
When did I say that?
You said, I don't mind him playing 70 minutes if he had to play.
No, I said I reckon he's got 70 minutes in him. He'd do a job if needed. Right. If needed.
Guys, in the chat.
Joe's gone back, guys. Joe's gone back.
Guys, in the chat, did Angelo just say that he doesn't mind seeing Luongo could probably do 60, 70 minutes?
No, I did.
60, 70 minutes.
I don't remember saying that.
No,
it was
me. It was me.
Well, you both did.
Is my mic not working again?
Oh, it was
both did. And my argument is, that I don't think he's the answer to play 70 minutes. If something happens to Casper or Billy, we can't then start Luongo for 70, 75 minutes. He hasn't got the legs to do what they do. Alex Neil's side is all about pressing, getting around the pitch, lots of running, working hard. He can't do that in the championship for 70 minutes. I don't have Kundal in there.
I'm saying, if needed, I wouldn't be disappointed with him being used for 60, 70 minutes.
Listen, if needed,
I don't think he'd be a disaster.
If needed, if Coburn got injured, I wouldn't be disagreeing with me getting up front for 50, 60 minutes. You know, the point I'm making is he good enough? Is he good enough to start games and play 70 minutes in the Championship? My opinion is no.
Joe's got cramp.
Not
Look, we're going 1 hour 40 minutes. You've got cramp.
I can't believe we've had 20 minutes on Luongo.
I've got a cramp in my jaw. I've got a cramp in my jaw at the moment. Honestly,
half an hour on Luongo.
I'm exhausted after this. What is going on?
Joe, something we should very quickly cover off. Somebody said earlier, is it only him who thinks RBW, and you put it up, RBW isn't good enough for the first team? That's a really interesting comment. That,
I'm not sure I saw that one, but if that, everyone's like an opinion. For me, all I'm saying is we've seen what RBW can do. We've seen how good he is. Negley come out and saying that RBW is technically the best player the best technical player in our team says it all for me. He just needs minutes. Now, I'm not disagreeing saying that maybe a loan wouldn't be out of the question for RBW for the next 6 months and see what happens. But for me, he's more than good enough to play at the Championship level, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Question for Joe: was Aziz's miss on Saturday worse than your miss at the Den? Right, we'll skip that one. Next question: was it worse than mine?
Yes.
I don't know.
Terrible.
I think it was worse than mine because my one was going away from the goal. I had to hook my one back in the goal. The camera angle for my goal miss was a bit deceiving. It was actually a lot harder. The ball actually went past the goal, and I had to claw it back again. It doesn't look like it on the camera.
It was worse than yours because this guy's getting paid 15 grand a week.
Yeah, it was awful, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Thank God it didn't cost us. That was the key.
Yeah. Joe, you probably play Kamal Grant centre mid. No, I would not. And if you heard me earlier, if you were here on time, Matt, and not come the last fucking minutes, the fucking injury time, you would have heard me say that he needs to improve his touch and his passing isn't that great at the moment. So, yeah.
It's getting feisty now.
Should Kelly be ahead of Massey? What's your opinion, guys, on that one?
Yes, I would say yes. Yeah.
I say so. Joe, you needed the chat for your Norwich score bit. Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Dave W. Guys, in the chat, thank you so much. So last week we did our predictions for Norwich, and about 90% of you said we're going to win 2-1. So what do I go and do? I put a cheeky bet, and I put a tenner on 2-1, and actually won 120 notes there. So, guys, thank you so much. That definitely paid for a few beers in Norwich on Saturday night. So thank you very, very much for that, guys, and appreciate it. We'll check our scores for Middlesbrough in a minute, and whatever the top score is, I'm going to go through and put another £10 bet on that as well, see if it comes through again.
Good idea.
Kai says, what have I come back to? so Kai, they're picking on me, Kai. They're picking on me. Wall Lion, no, not quite sure what that was about. Chris Brown said he's played on the international stage and is a decent backup for Casper Billy, end of. He's played for Australia.
There's the
it's hardly playing for Brazil.
Voice of reason.
And is he decent backup for Casper Billy? Last 15 minutes, but not to start games. I don't see him good enough. I mean, it could probably be wrong. Maybe he's just not match fit at the moment. Maybe he needs another 2 or 3 games to get to where he needs to get to. But from what I've seen so far, I just can't see him playing and being a starter in midfield at the moment. I really can't. Not in the Championship anyway. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Disco said it. Disco, you said it. VAR required. It's all gone tits up. It's all gets up. Should we put Disco back on mute?
That was hilarious. Thank you.
Disco's the ref here.
Yes, thank you.
Yellow card for Joe. Look at this. What is going on? Oh my God. Dan Kelly.
He's getting bored.
He is. Would Kundal not start if Billy or Casper were injured? That's my point, Alex. I would rather start Kundal. Kundal's got the press in him. He's got the fitness. He's got the mobility. He's got a decent touch. I like to see Kundal play set midfield. I can't see why he couldn't play the 4-4-2 instead of Billy or Casper. I'd rather have him there instead of Luongo.
I'm not a million miles from you there, Joe. But I would have a bet with you that Luongo would get the nod ahead of Kundal for that. In a minute, yeah.
Okay, well, let's see how the season pans out. Ref, have a word with him. Cheers. Calm down. Billy, fuck's sake, Joe. We've seen you play. We're okay, thanks. Chris Brown, Joe, you've been hitting the spice again. I might be. I think I need to. But there we go. Agree with
Whoa,
Joe. Thank you, Joe
we
FC.
found one. That's a dig deep.
One of my favorite listeners, John FC. He's come through for me once again. Thank you very much, John. And if there's anyone else in there who agrees with me, don't be shy. Get in the chat and back me up, because I think I've got a case here. What I'm saying, he doesn't need to have the legs around Kundal, RBW, or Kelly. He doesn't need to. He'd have legs around Kundal, RBW, and Kelly. I don't know. Do you understand that?
Does he mean Luongo doesn't need legs, or the legs, and he'd have them? I'm not sure. Wall, or if you could expand.
Yeah, if you can elaborate on that one, Warline, let us know what you mean by that one. Bit harsh, Joe. Take Milner, who was the fittest at his clubs when he was. Yeah, but that's Milner. He was a very, very fit guy. I'm not saying Milner wasn't a fit guy. What I'm saying is Luongo hasn't got the legs as say Milner had at the time. To play in the Championship. Let's see what it's like in the Championship first. Let's see what it's like.
Let's move on from Luongo.
Let's see what it's going to be like against Borough if he gets many minutes there. We'll see how good he is then. Billy, who wastes?
Oh, sorry. Can I just? Tonight. What was that? Yeah, sorry. That was my daughter just came on a FaceTime. My wife came in the room with her on a FaceTime. I just want to shout out. It's my daughter's birthday today. 13th
nice.
of August. So I need to give her a ring back after this. So my lovely daughter, who done the opposite to me, was born in Bolton, but she now lives in London. So she's done.
Oh, really? So she's trying to get away from you, is she?
Well, you might say
what's her name?
Comment. Lucy, the lovely Lucy Morton.
Lovely Lucy. Happy birthday. I don't think you're watching this, but if you are, happy birthday from the team, the Chat with Chaps.
Well, I hope she's subscribed, Joe. She better be watching.
Well, she bloody better be. If she hasn't, it'd be a shock. Exactly. Well done. Guys, I think we're getting to the end. Yeah. If we've got time, we're actually going to be approaching the 2-hour mark at this rate. I mean, Jesus Christ. Who said we're going to do an hour today? Who said we're going to do an hour today? We're actually reaching 2 hours here. So who joins Langsar for a list of Joe's favourite players? Right, guys, I promise you we're going to get to the questions. How terrible was Elche, Joe? All right, Warline. Okay, touche. Billy Smith brings Savs back. Kundal is big enough, looks lightweight. So look, we're going for predictions here. Lots of 3-0s, 2-0s. Get your predictions in, guys, for Saturday. How are we going to get on against Middlesbrough on Saturday? 2-0 there. Billy Smith, you're good looking fucking. I agree with you. To my wife at work, and although she's not watching, she agrees with you too. Thank you very much, Billy. And thank you, Mrs. Smith, as well for backing. If Mrs. Smith was here, she'll agree with me as well. I'm sure she would. The Vogstimer has just messaged and said, "Get off, Luongo's back." Oh, don't. Happy birthday! Here you go, Disco's daughter.
Thank
Brilliant.
You,
lot of love for Disco's daughter. Not like
very
that.
Nice
but,
Oh, cheers, Jeff.
Brilliant.
Yeah,
good stuff. Right, 3-1 from Jesper Saturday, guys. I need to put a bet on Saturday. What we saying? We've got lots of 2-0s and 3-1s here at the moment. 2-0s. I'm going to go with the majority here, but there's 3-0s. We've got 2-0s. We're all quite. Everyone's going 3-0, 2-0, 3-1. They're all different, aren't they? 1-0. We've got 1-0 there.
What do you reckon, Angelo?
Is Lucy a Millwall fan? Disco?
She is.
Yeah. Well,
I can't get a score from her. They've gone now, but I'll let you know.
Joe, can you carry on to past 9? My wife had been from work then. Oh, funny. 1-0. Sorry, Angelo. Go on, mate.
Yeah, I believe this is the poorest Middlesbrough team for a long, long time.
You said that, didn't you, earlier?
Yeah, I don't rate Rob Edwards whatsoever. I believe they got smashed last night by Doncaster 4-0
on Sky Bet.
So I hope this is not going to bite me in the arse, but I think we're going to smash them on Saturday. I'm going for a 4-1.
Really? Yeah. Well, they lost 4-0 yesterday against Doncaster at home, you said, didn't they? With a reserve side with a lot of players out rested like we did. So
they played 6 of their players played the first league game.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
So they didn't make as many changes as we did then?
No. And they lost.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable. Right, okay.
Yeah, I'm going 4-1, mate.
4-1. Disco, what's your prediction?
I was going to go for 2-0 like Stato earlier, but I thought, no, I'll mix it up again. It's come in a couple of times. I'm going to go for 3-1, and it will be a Luongo hat-trick.
Wow. Wow. Unbelievable.
Put that bet on, Joe.
And 3 assists for Luongo as well.
I tell you what, that's going to be about 1,000,000 to 1. You're going to be 1 in the last 90 minutes.
So 3 assists for Luongo and 3 goals, mate.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I'm definitely 3-1 now. I'm going to go 3-1. But don't underestimate. I don't think it's going to be quite as easy as we think, but I think we will have too much for them. We're on a high. We're on a roll now.
Okay. Guys, listen, we're running out of time. We're going well deep into extra time, let alone injury time at the moment. We're playing an extra half an hour. But I did promise at the start we're going to go to the questions. So, guys, can we do this very, very quickly?
Yep.
And I'd like one of you to shout out the answer. And we've got 13 questions to go through here. First one, Alex S. When Joe Bryan is fit again, other than through injury, how does he get back in? Who wants to answer that one?
I think we should play Luongo there instead.
Fucking hell. Come on. Come on. Only sensible answers, please. Only sensible answers.
Yeah. He's going to have to wait his time, isn't it, mate, and see how things are going. If we're winning and we're performing, he's going to have to spend a bit of time on the bench. There's no two ways.
Great answer.
Yeah.
Next one. What's the views on Crocombe Bender? Was Crocombe informed he will be number 2 when signing? He won't make the New Zealand squad by playing second fiddle. Wondering if new coach who worked with Bender.
Yeah. Look, I think we sort of covered this earlier, didn't we? You know, I'd be happy with either. I can't imagine we threw him under the bus and took him on saying you're definitely going to be number 1, and then we've brought in Bender and changed it. So who knows what the conversations were? That was what. Oh God, what's his name now? Christ, Karate Kid.
Luongo?
No, Karate Kid who did Matata, who left us. Christ, I should know the keeper.
Oh,
Roberts.
Roberts.
He wanted guaranteed number 1, didn't he? And we wouldn't commit to that.
Yeah,
so I don't know how it works, but I suspected we would get a loan in, and that loan would be the first choice, and that seems how it's coming out. But he's a good point about for Mrs. Slocum, how he's going to end up for the New Zealand squad.
Yeah. He kept a clean sheet yesterday as well, didn't he? So he didn't do too bad. So they've got to fight for their place, which I think that's what they'll be doing, fighting for the first team spot. Next one, Andrew Roberts said, do the panel think we're relying too much on our wingers and there's not enough play through the middle? Norwich played for us in the middle, and for 20 minutes we couldn't touch them. Shall I answer that one?
You can.
I think when we play the 4-4-2, Andrew, we've got 2 central midfielders often playing against a 3-man midfield. And what Alex Neil tends to do is by sort of half hour or by half time when he gets a chance to get the players in, if he sees it not working, and I think he mentioned this as well in the previous game, what he'll do is he'll make tweaks to our tactics. So he'll play a slightly higher line, ask them to play a little bit more narrow and play a deeper forward line, so a lower forward line, to make it a much more solid block, to not allow the play to run through in the middle. And I think if you notice in the second half, we came out a lot better against Norwich because we kind of nullified that area of the problem that you picked up on the first 20 minutes. So whether he made the change in 20 minutes or half an hour, he made that change and we were certainly better for it. So I hope that might answer your question there.
Answer, John.
Alex S., without Langstaff's hat-trick at Sutton, do you think he still scores that at Norwich?
Possibly not. Good question. No, possibly not. It's give him a bit of confidence. And I really liked the Alex Neil comments. And he was very quick to he said it and then sort of didn't want to make it sound like it's because of me he scored. But where he said, I've been telling him, get back to basics. Don't be trying to hit the top corner and score a worldie. And you think about it, a player coming from a lower level probably has had a couple of chances and hasn't scored and has thought, I've got to really have a brilliant finish to score. And he's probably trying too hard, and the shots he had at Palace, didn't he, in the warm-up, where it went over the bar and a couple of others. So he's just gone back to basics and been a sniper as such, and it's working.
Yeah. Good answer. Singing the Blues, Glasgow Rangers fan here, have a soft spot for Millwall. No one likes us. We don't care. We like Rangers. We like Rangers.
We don't like your manager, though. We think he's a prick.
Yeah.
There you have it. The Sicilian Godfather spoken. Sorry, Singing the Blues. Next question was Jeff Cook, second about Billy Mitchell. Is a mate, and my cousin is a good mate of his. He got Billy to send me a birthday WhatsApp message. Brilliant. Good on you, Jeff. Dave W said, can Zach Sturge be converted to a centre-half? I think he can play centre-half, Dave. For Chelsea under 21s, he has played at centre-half. Normally, I think in a free at the back, but he can play centre-half. He has played in the middle as well, so he can do it. He's a tall guy. He's a bit of a unit, isn't he?
We didn't mention him yesterday, and with so much going on tonight, wasn't there? But he looked, nice and solid and steady, didn't he?
Yeah.
Nothing special, but nothing poor either. He looked. He's
I
a
agree.
good signing, definitely.
Very much. Ollie said, I said to my mate, I honestly believe this team can be as good as or better than the 2002-2003 team. Yeah, big statement. A lot of Millwall fans who are back in the 80s are suggesting that this team could be, nearly as good as the old 80, 87, 88 team that went up. The likes of Cascarino showing up front. That was a 4-4-2. Yeah.
Joe, 2003, is that the Cahill, Eiffel, Reading?
Yes. Yeah.
That was a super team. That was right.
That was 4-4-2 as well. Sadly up front. Harris, good team. Moody.
Reed smashing them in left, right, and centre.
Brilliant. And that white kit. Do you remember the Giorgio? Yeah. Does Emakhu playing well against Wimbledon and Newport show that he's not a championship player? From Andrew Roberts.
Possibly, mate. Yeah.
I go back to, for me, still, look, he's not a starter, but I think he's got a role to play in the championship, coming on and causing havoc. I really do.
Yeah. Alex S said, our starting lineup against Norwich was our 5th youngest in the championship. QPR, Sheffield United, Southampton and Watford were younger. Last year, we were the oldest team. I'll tell you what, Alex, I wish that O'Stephen was here at the moment. You could really put it to him, because he's been poor tonight. He comes in, does half a show. He has one stat for us. And there's Alex producing all the good. Good on you, Alex.
Good man.
Hope Stat is not listening to that. And that's it, guys. So we're pretty much there. Again, just ending the last few messages on the chat. So we've got happy birthdays there for Lucy.
Thank you all for that. That's lovely.
Borough 5 changes. Happy birthday, Lucy, again.
Thanks, John.
Best price of exchanges.
Do you know what's been nice about these two games? It's like 3 different assisters and 3 different scorers. That's nice, that, isn't it?
Yeah.
We still got the BFS. We still got, Mihailo to score. We still got Coburn to score. Aziz's going to get a couple. Yeah, it's looking good.
Interesting, Gary.
Interesting.
Gary said it was Doncaster made a lot of the changes apparently, and they're still coming 1-4-0, which is a credit to away from home as well. Saturday, Edwards is going to want to see a reaction after last night's performance. Good point. John Legg, Disco laughing. B penalties at this rate. Borough has still got some decent players. Hayden Hackney not been sold yet. Good point.
Don't underestimate him.
4-3. Diafree goes for 3-0 Pele. Langstaff hat-trick on the bench. I pissed myself for longer. Scores the win on Saturday. Don't. Chris Brown says Joe will be at the front with a sign saying Luongo, give me your shout.
That was quality.
I won't.
Can I have your shirt, please?
I've already asked for your shirt. I said, no, that's why I turned. That's why he turned me down, isn't he? If we're doing well, looking solid defensive Christmas time, then Jensen fit again. Does he come back in? I think he does. I think he's number one. I think Alex still made it quite clear he's our number 1 goalkeeper. So if he's fit again, then I think he comes straight back in.
And Joe, we haven't mentioned it tonight, mate. You've got to give Bender some credit for that when he clawed that corner out of nowhere. Brilliant.
That
was brilliant, mate.
That's class.
Great hands, Ed. Joe's going to start up another podcast called MFC Massimo Fan Club. Right. So, guys, I think that's it, guys. So we've come to the end of the show. Last few messages come up. Just want to get up on the screen there for you. We're there. So look, I'm confused, guys. There's lots of suggestions what the score will be on Saturday. Loads of 2-0, 3-0, 3-1s. It's yesterday, I know. I tell you what, we always try to keep the minutes down, keep it under an hour and a half, hoping we'll get more people revisiting, watching the show back. When they see this tomorrow, it's just 2 hours plus. They're going to think, fuck that. They're not going to bother watch that back. So we're going to have really limited views this week. So look, we can't do this every week. We're not going to do it every week. Hopefully next week will be a shorter show. But listen, guys, thank you so much for being with us this evening. Thank you for being with us this long. Thank you to Disco. Thank you to Angelo. Anything you want to say before we say goodbye to our listeners?
Joe, you haven't given your prediction for Middlesbrough, right?
Ooh. I'm going to go.
What's your bet?
Well, I'm going to go for 2-0. There's 2-0s. There's 3-0s in the chat. I'm not as bullish as you are. I think we're going to win. I can see it being 2-0, in my opinion.
Nice one.
Yeah.
No, look, thanks for having us on, Joe. Thanks for your patience at the beginning of getting on. And look, thanks to everybody.
That's why we've got it for another half an hour, Angela. Because it's taking him half an hour to get his fucking mic going.
Yeah, apologies. But worth waiting for, I'm sure. But thanks to everybody for their kind wishes for Lucy. She'll be over the moon about that. So we'll at least get one viewer who watched the 2 hours, Joe, because I'll tell her all the birthday wishes are at the end, so she'll have to watch it.
Can I ask how old Lucy is, Steve? How old was Lucy? How old was Lucy today?
34. 34.
Oh, 34. Yeah. You don't look old enough, Disco.
Yeah. Not all right, young then, mate.
Yeah. 1991.
How old was you, 15 when you had her?
He didn't fuck about, did he, old John Travolta? Put out a cigarette. Right, come on. Back to mine. You pulled, love. Get your jacket. You pulled.
Don't talk in case any police are watching. They might go back in the mid-20s or whatever. But yeah, lovely kid. Lovely kid. I've got 2 lovely kids, luckily. Yeah.
Brilliant. Good stuff. Lovely. Guys, thank you so much for the chat, for being with us tonight. Really do appreciate you being with us. Really do love you having us with us. I love the banter and the comments you put through. So look, enjoy the rest of your week, guys. Hopefully you're all going to go to watch Borough on Saturday. She could be a grandmother.
That's why she's in London, Alex.
He shipped her out when she was 16, didn't you? Brilliant. Look, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy the game on Saturday, and we'll see you next week. I won't be here next week. It's my birthday next week. So Disco, you'll probably be running the show next week with the lads. So we'll see you.
Running the show with sign language.
Yes, exactly. Good luck with that one then, eh?
I am a mime. My body is my tool.
Oh God! Listen, loved it tonight, guys. I know it went on for quite some time, but I really enjoyed it. I really do. And thank you to our listeners again once more. Appreciate you. You come out. Don't get me started, Billy. Don't get me bloody started. Oh God. Brilliant. Gary, thank you very much, mate. Thank you. It's really, really kind, too kind. And Kai, oh yes, don't forget. Cheers, Kai. Kai is my son who does all the social media for us. So just remind you, we're now live on Instagram, TikTok, and X, which is formerly Twitter. So we go live on all 3 channels. Make sure you subscribe to all these things. If you're not on Instagram, or you are on Instagram, or you are on TikTok, make sure you look out for Chat with Chaps and subscribe, and give us some likes to help promote the channels and the algorithm, guys. So please do that for us. Would really appreciate it. The big 3-0, Joe. Absolutely, Alex. Absolutely. The big 3-0. Cheers, Warline. Guys, I love you and leave you. All the best, guys. Enjoy the rest of your week. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Hi, it's Steve Morrison here, and you're listening to Chat with Chaps, chatting Millwall, come rain or shine.